What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Raw Watch Along. It's your girl, Denise, and it is Monday, January 20th, and we are now going into the third week of Raw on Netflix. I'm here to hang out with everybody in about 6 minutes when Raw gets started. I will go ahead and play the audio for everybody so you guys can hear Raw on the background. And today I decided to watch Raw with my VPN on so that I could get the Canada stream so that when I do the show at Santi, this time I don't miss out on things that are shown during the commercial breaks. So hopefully this time I won't be left out of all of the additional stuff. So today, of course, I have games for everybody. I'll be playing games with everyone. I got some Royal Rumble trivia games. I also got some Guess the Wrestler. So it should be a good time. Of course, we don't know exactly how long Raw is going to be. Last week, it was 2 hours and 30 minutes. And then the week before that, it was like 3 hours and change. And so today's episode, now that it's our third week on Raw on Netflix, I don't know how long the show is going to be, but there's quite a bit that's been announced for the show. In case you guys haven't seen, this is what's been announced for Raw. We got Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. Jey Uso is going to be, I guess, confronting Gunther. That's another thing. The New Day is going to be in action. So we're going to see Xavier and Kofi Kingston. Lyra Valkyria is going to be appearing, of course, our brand new Intercontinental Women's Champion. We are also going to be seeing JBL on Raw. I don't know exactly what JBL is going to do, but he's going to be there. And then we're also going to see Damage Control versus Pure Fusion Collective. And then Sami Zayn will also be appearing on the show. So they announced quite a bit. So we'll see what this Raw ends up looking like. But it's going to be a good time here today. But before I get into all of Raw and everything that we've got set up and planned for today, I do want to go ahead and share our brand new sponsor, BetterHelp, who is sponsoring today's video. And I hope that you guys will give BetterHelp some love. Of course, the link is in the description box below, but here's a little bit more information on BetterHelp. Everyday life can be stressful. We get caught up in adulting, going through the motions. Sometimes we get stuck in a rut. Sometimes we get sad, and sometimes we're lonely and just need somebody to talk to. We all have our personal struggles, and sometimes it's better to ask for help and talk to a therapist. This video is sponsored by BetterHelp. If you're curious about speaking to a therapist, I recently learned of BetterHelp, and instantly I was impressed by how it worked. BetterHelp is fully online, making therapy more comfortable and convenient. You start by filling out a questionnaire, and you will be matched with a therapist in as little as a couple of days. A therapist can help you by helping you address grief for past versions of yourself or life phases, help you process feelings of loneliness, and more. Connect with a therapist from BetterHelp's diverse network of 30,000 plus licensed professionals with a wide range of specialties and backgrounds. Easily switch therapists anytime at no extra cost if it's not the right fit. They carefully make sure therapists on the platform are well qualified, and their customer support team is there to help you if you have any questions. With over 7,000 reviews and a 4.5 rating on Trustpilot, BetterHelp is a platform you can trust. If you're struggling, consider therapy with our sponsor. Go to betterhelp.com/Denise Salcedo for a 10% off discount on your first month of therapy. The link is also in the description box of this video. Thank you guys so much for listening to our word from our sponsor. And of course, the link is in the description box of this video. So make sure to go ahead and show them some love. I'm so thankful to have BetterHelp here sponsoring today's video. So let's get to it. I want to make sure to give people some shout outs while we're here. Raw is starting in 1 minute and 20 seconds. And then I'll get the audio and everything rolling. But let's go see. Let's see who's in here. We got Drew Oakley. What's up, Drew? We got Tracy WV. Always always good to see you, Tracy. We got Raphael Smith. We got Taylor, Karenga Snowden, who's also here. Roderick Field, Sterling 273, who's here. Taylor Cannon, another regular. We got Dylan Johnson. Thank you so much for hopping on. We got Justin. Thank you so much for hopping on, Justin. And yeah, yesterday I was here to do the TNA Genesis watch along. So if you guys were here for that, it was a good time, a really, really good time. So thank you so much to everybody who came through. I had a good time. And of course, watching the Busted Open crew on TNA Genesis, that's always very fun to see. So shout out to them as well. Shout out to Joe Hendry, who's the brand new TNA champion. A lot of good stuff to give shout outs to. We got Sterling in the building. We got McIntyre. We got Nick the Creator. We got Malachi, Joseph Boza, Stephen Marchuli. I hope you're doing well, Steven. We got Big G in the building. D-Train Riot Maker, good to see you here on another week here. We got Casey Clark. Casey, how are you? We got Bryn Hawking. Hope you're doing well. I don't know when the next Kahoot is going to be. Maybe give it like a week or two until I make an announcement on that. Probably after Rumble is when I'll start thinking about like the February Kahoots. But there will be more Kahoots, especially because Kahoot just renewed my monthly membership. I just got the email yesterday that they're like, your membership has been renewed. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to keep doing some more Kahoots for people since I already paid for the month. Larice Johnson's also here and Sterling. And here we go, guys. Raw starting. So let me get the volume going. Hold on one second. All right, y'all know what to do. It's time for our audio check of the day. Let me know if you guys can hear Raw and you can hear me and everything sounds good. Hopefully we're all good because yesterday I was so irritated with my audio. I was like, what is happening? But so far, I've shot 3 videos today before this video and everything was fine. So hopefully we're okay. Okay, everyone's saying good to go. Thank you so much, Dr. J. Merritt. We got Joseph Boza in here. Everybody says good to go. All right, nice. Glad to hear it, everyone. All right. Thank you, Cable333 says everything sounds good. Good. All right. Leo por hoy. Bien. Muy bien. Muy bien. Awesome. All right. So let's get to the show. Seth Rollins with a blue and yellowish visor. Definitely looks different. Definitely looks different. You know what? I gotta put the Netflix audio up a little higher, guys. I can't hear shit. I can't hear nothing.
What a debut last week for one of the greatest luchadors in the world. Penta is back tonight.
All right. I put the volume up just a little louder for Netflix because I can't really hear that much. But I hope everything still sounds good. So if everything sounds good on your guys' end, then I can still rock with what I'm doing right now. But yeah, I just couldn't hear anything. I'm like, oh, hey, okay, we're getting the night started already. Nia Jax just attacked Rhea Ripley. Okay. I was not expecting this right now, but damn. This is going into town on Rhea. Woo, brutal. I kind of love this, though. I love Nia going after Rhea, especially when nobody expected it, including Rhea herself. She did not expect this beatdown. Okay, what a way to kick off. What a way to kick off Raw. And that was as obviously as Rhea was making her way into the building. So, hey. Thank you, Raphael. He says my audio is good. Okay, good. Because, yeah, I couldn't hear anything. I'm like, that's what I hate about, like, this is that what I hear is differently from what you guys hear. So I sometimes struggle hearing the audio, even though you guys could hear it. So I don't know. It's complicated like that.
Think about the attack earlier today by Nia on Rhea Ripley.
Well, Nia Jax has been on a perpetual warpath since losing her championship, and things could potentially get very ugly here tonight on Monday Night Raw.
And speaking of championships, how about the number
Let's
one
see what we get here today.
for the world
Oh, thank you so much,
heavyweight
Asantero. Says I like your hair tonight.
championship.
Thank you. It's looking okay, I guess. I'm starting to get a little bit better at fixing the bangs and making sure that the bangs are banging. But sometimes they got a mind of their own though. Sometimes they be misbehaving and they don't want to. My hair don't hair the way I want it to hair. But today it's all right. It's like mid. I still don't love it, but it's better than some of the other days. I'm like, oh my gosh, you can tell Michael Cole really enjoys doing this like yeet stuff. Dude is having the time of his life. I don't think I've seen Michael Cole this happy ever. He looks so incredibly happy. I'm like, he didn't always seem that happy, did he? It didn't feel like he did.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome main event, Jey Uso.
Look at this absolute goofball, Michael Cole, dancing like a drunk granddad at a wedding. Sit down, Cole. You're making a fool of yourself. That's enough yeeting for one day.
All right, let's see what we get here. Oh, okay. By the way, I just saw on Twitter a match that's been planned for Raw, but I won't say what it is. That was just on the rundown, and it looks like this is true about this match that we're going to be getting. So that's going to be very, very fun. If they let it go the time that it needs to be, that can definitely be super, super entertaining. So that's going to be something fun. Hey, John Taylor kicks us off with our first super chat. He says Triple H era and McAfee de-aged Michael Cole. Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, Michael Cole looks like he just has no stress. And he's got a very stressful job, guys. Like, I don't think people realize, like, how much you have to know and do when you're commentating a lengthy show like Monday Night Raw. And you got to make sure you're saying new and exciting things for people. You're making sure that you got to push the storylines forward. You got to make sure you don't say anything stupid, of course. You got to make sure you don't bury the product. You got to make sure you say all of the right words. You got to make sure you don't spoil anything. You got to make sure you're coming across intelligent. On top of that, you are listening to broadcast cues and production cues and going to commercial, coming back from commercial, teasing things, knowing what lower thirds are on the screen, calling the moves, adding, color commentary. Obviously, you got more than one person, but making sure you don't talk over each other, making sure you don't got to go to the bathroom in the middle of the show. Like, when you really break it down, there's so much that, like, commentators have to, like, deal with all at once. On top of that, you got somebody in your ear. I'm assuming it's a lot easier now for Michael Cole having Triple H in his ear versus Vince McMahon. So that's probably why he looks as happy as he looks a little de-stressed. But when you really break it all down, it's a lot, guys. It's a lot that you have to do. So for him to look as relaxed as he does, congratulations, because that's a tough job, guys. There's a reason why a lot of people don't last in those roles. You got to be hella prepared for it, man. Hella prepared for it and trained. And that's why Michael Cole has lasted so long, because he's done it for so long. He knows all of those little things that would pretty much end somebody who is trying to do it on their first day. So yeah, I got a lot of respect for commentators and just like everything that they have to, work with and whatnot. Nick, the creator, says you're right. I never considered the bathroom break thing. No, it's like legit, man. Like, think about it like this, right? For me, I'm out here streaming sometimes for several hours, and I don't think I go to the bathroom that often during streams. You guys have been here. I've gone like maybe a few times, but it's been very, very rare. Because I try to think about that. I'm like, I don't want to go to the bathroom and leave nobody here on the stream. Now imagine I have the luxury to do that. I can still go to the bathroom and everybody here would be understanding of that. Michael Cole and Pat McAfee and all of these other commentators, Wade Barrett and all these people, they don't got that luxury. It's like, once you're out there, you're out there. But anyways, let's see what Jey has to say.
I'm taking home the big one. The new.
Here we go. Let's see what confrontation we get today with Gunther and Jey Uso. Last week's confrontation with Gunther and Jey Uso was really good. To the point where we were sitting here going,
the
shit,
ring.
is Jey Uso
her out.
going to defeat Gunther at Saturday
king of
night's
the
main
ring.
event? Like, there is
And
a
the
huge chance that can happen. Like, I've been talking to like a lot of, you know, people that watch
Gunther.
Raw, and everybody's like,
Takes
dude,
a
I think there's a
similarly
chance Jey
dim
Uso might
view of
defeat
Utah,
Gunther.
as
I mean,
do
I'm still
myself.
rooting for Gunther, guys, because he's my champion. You guys
Gunther
know
says-
that. But
This is a sport.
hey, if they want to
He has
surprise
no
the people and
business
make Saturday
with the
night's main event
entertainment
a little
portion
less
of it.
predictable, that could happen.
That is
Jey Uso
sacred.
is over. He's
Gunther
hella
is here
over.
to protect.
But at the same time, if you ask me, who do you want to see wrestle at WrestleMania? Is it Jey Uso or is it Gunther, like in a big, massive match? My answer is going to be Gunther. So, I don't know. All right, let's see what he says.
Let me guess, the next thing you were about to say is that on Saturday you're going to win the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah. I said I'm gonna beat you, take your title, and hang it up in my room.
He's gonna hang it up in his room. Ooh, long pause.
You really are a funny little man. And let's not act, we both know that it's not going to happen on Saturday. You know, last week, you stood right in front of me here and you looked me in the eye and you said, every morning when you wake up, you look in the mirror and you bet on yourself. And you know what the thing is? I really believed you. I was actually looking forward to Saturday night's main event to get in the ring and square off with main event Jey Uso.
Where is he going at with this?
Until today, when I saw you walking in here and pretending like our conversation from last week never happened. When I saw you walk out here acting like a complete dork.
No.
Acting
No one likes to be
like
called a dork.
company mascot for everybody here.
Especially the way Gunther says it.
You know what?
Dork.
At this point, it doesn't
hits
even matter
harder.
to me. I could just as well get challenged by Jimmy Uso.
Got to say something?
Or what?
Brother again.
What are you going to say? It doesn't matter what you say because you never follow up with your words. Those people, I mean, look at them. They're naive enough to believe every word you say. Look at me, Jay. But I don't. Bet on yourself. Until when? Until your cousin whistles and you run there?
No,
Until
a
Sammy
shot at
needs you and
Roman.
you show up? Until Jimmy needs you and you show up? Hey, even when Cody needed you, you always show up. All that makes you is a useful idiot, and you don't even realize it.
Damn, he got called a dork, a useful idiot, all in the span of like a minute.
Your words and your actions do not align. Mine do.
I mean, he's got a point to a certain extent, right? Like, Jey Uso has tried to get his hands on that World Heavyweight Championship now multiple times.
On Saturday, when the bell rings, I'm going to expose you for a flash in the pan that has no business being this close to the World Heavyweight Championship.
See, I feel like the disrespect from Gunther has just been so high that I'm like, damn, you can't, like, how many times can you have Jey lose to Gunther like that with all of the disrespect coming his direction? Come on now. Like, at some point, Jey Uso has to rise above the disrespect and prove himself.
You're right again. You're right. Everything came out your mouth is true again, bro. All right. I am the mascot. I'm the mascot. And this right here is my team. Hey, this right here is my squad. Because they ride with me, slide with me, and on Saturday, they gonna be with me when I beat you for the World Heavyweight Championship, Boots.
People just love to yeet. Just love to yeet.
I told you I respected you, Uso. But Gunther, you're going to respect me too. You're going to put some respect on my name.
Good. Stand up for yourself.
There's only one of us standing in this ring right now that main evented WrestleMania, and it ain't you.
Damn.
Oh, and Gunther goes right after Jey with a big right hand, and now the world champ who's heard enough.
Jey Uso.
I like that Jey Uso stood up for himself, guys. He has to stand his ground. He doesn't come across as harsh or like with any zingers the way that Gunther does, but he said enough to maybe gain a little, to be able to walk with his chin held high and not feel like Gunther walked all over him. And obviously now, getting this, getting some shots in on Gunther, that definitely helps. At the end of the day, if you don't got the words, but you got the fist, you can do something about that. I feel like Gunther is just this giant bully to Jey Uso. Like, he's just a giant bully. And Jey's trying to stand up to his bully. He's tired of having his lunch money be taken by this bully.
Jey Uso has drawn the proverbial line in the sand. I don't think Gunther was expecting that fire out of Jey Uso tonight.
All right, a good start to Monday Night Raw today. A good start here. Let's see what else we get for the remainder of this show. Hold on one second, guys, while I do something really quickly on the back end. As you guys know, I have multiple streams going on at once, so I'm about to wrap one of them up and get into another one. All right, let's see. So here we go. Oh wait, hold on. We got New Day.
Finally, somebody who understands. Yeah.
What's up, guys?
Oh, there's JBL. Oh my gosh, do you think JBL's gonna give him shit for what they did to Big E? Let's see if he does.
You're a Hall of Famer, but most importantly, you are the special guest commentator for our match against that so-called locker room leader.
Commentating.
And we would
Damn, we haven't had JBL in commentary in a long time.
Victims of a disgusting smear campaign. Yeah.
Oh, they're trying to buy him off. Oh, the disrespect. Oh, he's not gonna like that.
Us, man. You understand? You were part of a tag team where you had to cut the dead weight, and it was a tough decision. But when you did, what happened? You went on to have the greatest success of your career. Yes, not as great as the successes of our careers, but you get it. You get it. What we need from you tonight, if you wouldn't mind, go out there and be an acolyte for your boy.
You know what? I got you guys. You know what? I got you. Because Big E, I don't blame you, man. That guy with all those big muscles and all that charisma and all that personality. Everywhere you go, everybody loves that guy. New Day rocks. New Day rocks. Everybody chanting because they want to see Big E. I don't blame you. Get rid of him. They got to pay attention to you. I guess.
Oh, okay. Backhanded compliment. So that's how it is. All right,
Xavier Woods is so disgusted by that backhanded compliment.
Keep the $2.
Hey, keep the $2, bro. $2 and get you like a drink somewhere or something, you know? All right, and when Rey Mysterio comes out, let me go ahead and get into some of these super chats, by the way. McIntyre says, happy Monday Night Raw on Netflix. How are you, Denise? And did you get a chance to watch the behind the scenes on Penta's debut on YouTube? Super happy for him. So I saw like a tiny clip that Triple H posted on his social media, but I haven't been able to watch the entire video that they posted to YouTube, though. So I did make a note that I want to see that, though, because I want to see the behind the scenes. The behind the scenes is always so much fun. So I am going to look at it, but I'll probably look at it probably tomorrow. Once I'm like chilling. Usually when I eat breakfast or I'm eating dinner, that's when I'll take the time to catch up on things that I haven't seen. So I'll probably do that then. But thank you so much to McIntyre for the super chat. We got Sheldon Jackson who says prayers for Ellie Catch. That injury was gruesome. Yeah, I think she got surgery today, actually. We were on the TNA Genesis stream and let me mute the commercials in the meantime. We were on the TNA Genesis stream when the whole thing happened, and someone sent me a message basically saying that she had gotten hurt, and I went to go find the clip on social media, and yeah, sure enough, there she was. You know, she was hurt, and it was very, very unfortunate. So man, I feel so bad for Allie, because that was a really cool, you know, it was supposed to be a really cool moment in Hammerstein, her versus Effie, who's a longtime friend and partner of hers. And so for this big feud to end like that was very, very unfortunate. But yeah, I think Matt Cardona, by the way, shared a GoFundMe for Alley Catch. So I'm sure if you go to his page, it's on there for anybody who wants to donate to Alley Catch's GoFundMe, because obviously she's gonna, you know, be needing it for like medical bills and all of that stuff. We're also, let me get the volume back on since we're back here on Raw. At least we now that I'm watching the non
tonight, we'll get into that a little bit.
I'm not really sure like how this works. I'm not watching the American version, I guess. I'm not sure. What's everybody else getting? Is everybody also back from commercial? Or is this part of the bonus? Because I'm watching the Canadian version right now. I'm watching the Canadian version so I wouldn't miss anything. Okay, see, some people are still in commercials. Okay, so I'm getting Rey in the ring right now. So I'm curious to see what people are getting if they don't have it. Okay, so this is part of the bonus. Okay, good to know. I wanted to know when I was going to see the bonus and when I wasn't going to see the bonus. All right, so I'll keep that playing while I read some more super chats here. We got Steven here who says, I think WWE showing the Charlotte Flair promo video before Tiffany's match on SmackDown says something. Also, who should Rhea's first opponent be? Well, it looks like it's going to be Nia Jax after her attack on her here today when she was walking to the building. So I'm going to go with Nia Jax. That feels like a safe assumption to make now. And then in terms of Charlotte Flair's promo being aired right before Tiffany Stratton's match, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say that that's definitely a hint towards something. At least I would hope so. I really hope that that's the WrestleMania match that we get to Tiffany Stratton, because that would skyrocket her championship run, like really make her feel like a massive big deal. So yes, I really am hoping that we get to see that. And Steven, I hope you're right on that. Thank you. We got Cole here who says, let's go. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope Jey wins so Penta can beat him. Yeet. I don't know if we're going to go that far, guys. I'm still not even sure that Jey is going to defeat Gunther. I'm honestly not that sure. I feel like there's a lot of indications pointing at maybe him actually beating him. And the big indication is really just the fact that he has been punching him down a whole lot. And when someone gets punched down like that a whole lot, you're going to want to see them you're going to want to see them get their revenge, right? Like I said earlier, Gunther's coming across as this big giant bully to Jey Uso. And sure enough, Jey Uso is starting to stand up for himself. But at some point, he's got to prove the bully wrong, right? So we'll see what happens there. But thank you so much, Cole, for the super chat. We got Chris Ludek here who says, when's the last time a world title changed hands at the Rumble? 2017 when Cena beat AJ. I think we're due for a title change. So I don't know if that's the exact same time, if that was the last time, but thank you for reminding me of this match though, because that was one of John Cena's like really, really great matches with her, him, and AJ Styles.
WWE superstar this week, Bayley.
Thank you, Chris.
You were on SmackDown, you were on NXT. Now you.
But I also don't think that. By the way, back to Chris's super chat though. I don't think that Cody should lose the title to Kevin Owens at Royal Rumble though. That I do not think so.
Well, I guess cat's out of the bag.
All right, let's see what Bayley says.
Back on Raw. First night, officially back on Raw. It feels good to be here. This is where I started my WWE career when I came from NXT. So it feels good. It feels right. But I also want to take this moment, if you don't mind, to declare myself.
Oh, Bayley's in the Rumble. Yes, good.
If you remember, you're looking at the 2024 Women's Royal Rumble winners. So going back to back sounds pretty good. And, you know, winning that match, I could take on Tiffany Stratton. I could take on Raw's Rhea Ripley. Or I could even, well.
Oh, now Nia's confronting Bayley. Oh, we can't hear what Nia has to say. Her audio's cut.
Check out Tiffany Stratton. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to win the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, actually, I did see what you did to Rhea earlier. And if you want to try something like that on me right now, then I dare you.
I'll see you out there, Bayley.
Well, Bayley will be in action hopefully later on tonight. Meanwhile, JBL is here. We'll get to him in a moment, but that is
Mason Taylor, PBR professional bull rider. That's right. Don't forget, guys, that they have that partnership with PBR, which is actually very popular. I'm not sure how many of you guys are familiar with PBR. Oddly enough, I'm kind of familiar with PBR, believe it or not. Yes, country Hollywood Salcedo over here. No, but before I was like full time with YouTube, I used to work like a lot of brand ambassador events, and my job was to hype up events and brands and things like that. And I did that for so many years. So I got to work with like a lot of different companies, and one of them was PBR. My job was to basically be at the PBR event, and I forgot what I had people do. I think I had people sign up for like giveaways or something. You know those people that are like walking on the street and they're like, hey, do you want to enter the giveaway? Fill out your information on this iPad and you can win this PBR giveaway. That was my job. So it was one of the things I did. But now let's get to the New Day.
Turn the screens off, turn the lasers
Put it
off.
No.
We told you. We're not using that anymore. We got idiots at the desk.
All right, they're about to get booed like they always do. Xavier Woods with these highlighter pants. I feel like grabbing Xavier Woods and drawing a little line on my paper with his pants.
Y'all starting to piss me off with all this.
He literally looks like this. These are his pants. These are his pants.
Doing this for too long and too well to be disrespected like this. We are walking Hall of Famers. Not like this fraud. As a matter of fact, JBL.
Damn, they're going hard on JBL. Oh, they took the $2 back. Savage.
Without further ado,
Savage.
I bring to you Rey Mysterio getting the brakes beat off him by the one and only Kofi Kingston. Because New Day rocks. With JBL joining Wade and I on commentary for this match.
Okay, this should be fun. Rey Mysterio and Kofi Kingston.
Already in Dallas.
It should be a fun little, hopefully, sprint of a match.
John, what do you make of the New Day?
Let's see what we get here out of this.
After they dumped Big E a few weeks back.
Oh, let me put the volume up. Some people are asking for the volume up. Hold up. Let me
But this is the one time in the entire history of the
do
world
that.
that I'm rooting
All right, is that good enough?
Let
me know how that sounds. If that, I put up the Netflix audio just a little bit.
I'm on a Clothesline World Tour right now.
John, you were a locker room leader in your day. Kicked many people out of the locker room.
Yeah, we got, let me see, Judas here. It's a shame they haven't debuted a new thing. I was expecting them to do so, especially that week that they came out like in silence with no song like whatsoever. I figured that was them like stalling till they came up with something new.
He went to prison and he came out.
Okay, good. Everyone says the audio sounds good. All right, cool.
It came out ruling the world. And Rey Mysterio is the cause of all this. So I don't mind the locker room leader. It just shouldn't be a guy that has to wear a mask because he's so ashamed of himself.
Are you still upset over the fact that Rey Mysterio retired you from in-ring competition?
Enough of that, Michael. What people don't know is I had a high fever that day. People didn't want me to go to the ring. That Michael Jordan ridiculous flu game, I had a 98.7 degree fever that night and should have never been out there. I was in danger of my life.
I heard Larry Heckett cleared you for competition. Nonetheless, what about Kofi Kingston? Former WWE champion, held the title, Kofi Mania, of course.
again, that does not seem like he and Xavier have appreciated what Big E is.
Keon Davis says, are we playing games tonight? Yes, I got 2 games for everybody. I have Guess the Wrestler, and then I have some Royal Rumble trivia. And different questions, obviously, than the ones I already asked in the Royal Rumble trivia game that we did. So I did different questions for everybody. Double S says JBL hasn't lost a step on commentary. Yeah, he's a very, very, he has a very colorful way of talking about things, and sometimes that tends to catch your attention, right? Because I feel like there's commentators, like color commentators that talk, but you don't really hear what they're saying. You almost sort of mute them in a sense, and you catch a couple of words here and there, right? But for the most part, sometimes you just get lost in the match that you don't really pinpoint certain things that commentary says. But then you have commentators, color commentators that are so unique in the way that they explain things and the way that the tone and the diction and how they say things that you're like, oh, you start to listen to them because it catches your attention. I feel like JBL's good at that. I feel like Pat McAfee's really good at that. Just a couple of names that on color commentary have just done a good job of making sure that they catch your attention while you're watching the show. Oh no! Oops. Slight little moment there of a mishap, but they got it back together.
Kick right to the gut of Mysterio. Very vicious, very aggressive.
Big G says, I hope I do better than I did on the last Royal Rumble quiz. People are like, I want quizzes to be hard, and then I make them hard, and they're like, no, it's too hard. But it was still fun, though. It was still fun. And even if you didn't do well, then at least you learned something, right?
And they took offense at that.
Thank you so much, Double S. It says that's a great hoodie. My Taylor Swift Era's hoodie. However, it ends in the lover. There's another one that has like Folklore and Evermore and Midnights and yeah, so that one. But this is the last one that I got. I haven't gotten the updated one. All right, we're on a commercial break, everybody. Let me mute the commercials really quickly. Oh wait, hold on. I still get the matches. Sorry guys. I told you guys I'm on a different version today, so I still get to see what they're showing on the commercials for what the American people don't see. So I'll keep it going, but in the meantime I'll do an opportunity to read some catch up here. I think I'm not caught up yet on the super chat. No, I'm not. All right, we got Kenty. What's up, Kenty? Good to see you. I loved your video, by the way, that you shared with me. I think it was last week. Thank you so much for sharing me that video. That was hilarious. I even showed it to my husband. I was so excited about it. Anyways, Kenty says, the way Gunther drops Zinger sounds like MJF. It's not totally like MJF because MJF goes like, he really goes with the low-hanging fruit, right? Like the really like raunchy kind of stuff. But Gunther does some more so as like, he's like high and mighty, like he's better than you, like he's talking down on you like a person of power would. That's what Gunther comes across as. Like if you were talking to someone who was really intimidating, like you're like a really scary boss, that's Gunther to me. But yeah, so a little bit different, but I get what you meant by some of those similarities. We got Brandon Rosen who says, I'm glad Jade stood tall. Ain't nobody gets respect getting beat up by a guy wearing loafers with no socks. Yeah, dude, if there's a guy wearing loafers with no socks and you're letting him talk shit on you, you might want to do something. But then again, if it's Gunther, though, if Gunther was talking shit to probably most of us here with his loafers and no socks on, we probably wouldn't say anything. We would STFU and just like Gunther talk his shit. Thank you, Brandon. We got Stephen Marjuli here who says, put the belt on Jey. Shake up the thought process. It would be surprising if they did, if they put it on Jey, especially at Saturday night's main event, because that was the big criticism that the show got last time. It was a good show. Good matches back to back, but most criticism of that show was that it was too predictable. And so now you're looking at it in a situation where, hey, if you want to surprise people and say Saturday night's main event is some place that where we can see something surprising, then you might want to surprise people like that, right? But and you can't disregard the fact that Jey Uso is, you know, selling merch like hotcakes. He's got the yeet thing really over. He's got the crowd at the palm of his hand. You can't deny all of those things. But then again, Gunther is just such a strong wrestler, such a strong performer, and he has such a strong aura that you don't necessarily want to just disregard that, because you need to protect that, because you don't have people like Gunther that grow on trees. Like, Gunthers do not grow on trees, and you want to make sure you keep that safe and protected, so that when you want to tell these big stories, Gunther is still good to go for those big stories and those big main event matches and stuff like that. Stephen Marchuli, thank you so much for the super chat, man. You're so generous to me every single time, so thank you very much. We got John Taylor here who says, I took a quick flight to Canada via NordVPN Airlines just to watch Raw commercials free, if anyone asked. John, thank you so much for the super chat. Sean Davis, member of the DWO now for 15 months, says, did you see Lindsay Dorado will be on NXT tomorrow? Somebody brought that up a while yesterday or the day before that or something. But good for him, man. I'm happy for him. Always nice to see people come back and do their thing. Thank you, Sean.
Kofi, sunset flip, Rey, basement drop kick.
And now D says Kofi working heel is like a fresh coat of paint. Yeah, that's true, right? That is true. He's got to, especially right now with what they're doing. They are getting massive heel heat, so you're going to want to hone into that. Thank you so much now. All right, I'm caught up now, everybody. I'm caught up.
It's the fountain of youth, pal. You and I need to find it.
We got Infamous Raider Loco who says, I'm looking forward to Penta's next match. Shout out. Shout out, leader. Much love and respect. Thank you so much, Infamous Raider Loco. You're the best. So kind. Thank you. Yeah, and he's, from the looks of it, he's going to have a pretty fun opponent here today on Raw. So exciting. I like the people that they're pairing him up with so far. And we'll talk more about that once Penta comes out.
Not enough time to get out of the way of the flying Kofi Kingston. And say what you want about the attitude of the New Day. They were verging on apathy from the fan base over the past 12 months now. Everybody is locked eyes on them, watching that every
We got Cube Flames here who says I'm in the UK for Raw. That's awesome. We're all in different places for Raw.
Trouble in Paradise now. Rey Mysterio.
I'm currently in Toronto. I was like, I'm gonna match my buddy Santi, who's coming on later on with me on the stream, of course. So if you guys want to stick around for the post show, please do. We'll be here.
Chad's got to do something here, and he does.
I hope Xavier Woods is getting kicked out.
All of a sudden now, Chad Pat realizes he's a referee and he's going to actually enforce some rules for once.
And now Kofi from behind again, taking advantage of the distraction.
Well, Rey Mysterio perhaps could have had this one with a disqualification.
Oh no.
John, you know what this feels like?
Oh, shut up. I've seen this
619.
6-1-9.
Yeah. Oh, but Kofi got his knees up right now.
On Rey, who kicks out at 2. Fantastic matchup here on Monday Night Raw.
Well, this is Kofi Kingston reminding everyone why he himself is indeed a future Hall of Famer and a former world champion in his own right. Do not write off Kingston.
And personalities all aside, this is exactly what you expect out of two former world champions.
Place is coming unglued for this matchup. What a hot audience.
Dallas, Texas, that's seen a little bit.
Kofi Kingston now. Look at Rey. What a cover.
Oh, there you go. Rey got the win. Very quick. But yeah, now that they're heels, you're just going to see them get beat by people we really like Rey Mysterio.
From behind, uncalled for. Talk about source.
Oh, now they're beating up on Rey. Someone's got to come help Rey. Who's going to come help Rey?
The SOS, I believe.
Oh, the LWO, duh, his friend. I would hope they'd go help out Rey.
Here come the LWO, Mysterio's buddies.
Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro.
Yep, there they are.
Here to aid the leader of the LWO, Rey Mysterio. Not a moment too soon.
And the New Day, high talent and out of the arena, wanted nothing to do with the LWO here tonight.
Oh, there they. I thought they were leaving. They literally showed them running out from the crowd, but they ended up running they ended up running away, but then they came back on the other side. That's actually pretty clever. I'm not really sure we've seen someone do that before. Maybe we have, maybe we haven't, but it stood out to me. It was pretty clever for the New Day to do that.
And again, Kofi Kingston at the end of that match going for the SOS.
New Day rocks.
Rey Mysterio was able to counter and pick
New
up the
Day
win
rocks.
here tonight. We want to thank once again the Hall
They're
of
not
Fame
letting
team
that go.
for
They're
winning
like,
tonight.
New Day still rocks.
It's great to be out here, Michael, just like old times. You're doing a hell of a job of bad news. Great to see you.
You're welcome here anytime. Trust me, JBL.
Well,
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, I feel like having JBL on commentary is so much better than when they had JBL with Baron Corbin. Like that did not work out. So I'm so glad they utilized him like this instead of what they were doing before.
Penta is here. This man is going to
All right.
put on a show.
And now they're promoting Penta
Be prepared to
and
be
showing
wrong.
highlights from last week.
Penta has dominated around the planet for over a decade. The man who shows absolutely no fear.
Cutest says LWO are boring. That's because they don't do anything with them. They like don't do anything to help them get like super over, you know? So it's really hard for them to like connect with everybody when they're not given like a real opportunity to get over with the crowd. But they're good wrestlers, by the way. Like I think people forget, like they're really good high flyers. They're so fun to watch, like wrestle. I thought they were killing it when they were doing stuff on NXT. Like they were killing it. They had some fun matches, man. But it just doesn't seem like the connection has been made yet with them and the fans. All right, here we go. The American Made is with Kathy Kelly.
American Made and Chad Gable to talk about his loss last week to Penta. But as you can see, he is busy. So
I was inspiring the team. All right, now I know I've been the talk of the whole freaking wrestling world the past week, but I'm man enough to admit when I have a problem. And that started when I lost to Penta last week. I had trouble with Dragon Lee before that, Rey Mysterio before that. I mean, what are we going to do here? Luckily, I figured it out. I've already gone to a man that knows a thing or two about Lucha Libre, an intelligent man with a mustache to match, and his name is Dominic Mysterio.
Oh, I was like, who's got a mustache to match?
Luchador problem. The rest of the crew's already got their marching orders.
Yeah, and there's a women's intercontinental.
Ivy Niles' hair looks really cool like that. She's got the braids, but also like the straight hair in the back. Very unique. I don't think I've seen a hairstyle like that.
They post about one more injury and we're going to be done forever. Like there's something to be proud of there. What is there to be proud of there? There's nothing. So we're done asking, and we're telling you right now, we're going to take those titles away from the team that's at the end of their career, and instead we're going to bring them to a team that's entering their freaking prime.
Picture it. American Made, the red, white, and blue.
Nick the Creator says the older Gable gets, the more he looks like Kurt Angle. Wait till he shaves his head bald. Then he'll really be looking like Kurt Angle. Be great.
Dominic Mysterio. Nonetheless, there's Sami Zayn, very outspoken as of late.
All right, looks like Sami's
Sami
next.
Zayn is here live on Netflix.
All right, so it looks like we're going to a commercial break. So let me mute the TV for a second. And in the meantime, let's go ahead and start some games, everybody. I think you guys have waited long enough. I got some Royal Rumble trivia for everybody, so let's do it. Here we go. Oh, we got a promo. Let me turn this on since we get the bonus promos. I'll leave the promos on and still play games with everybody.
Guys, thanks so much for the
Scarlett and Karrion Kross are doing a promo with Jackie Redmond. Also, okay, so here we go. Here's the first question for the Rumble. What year did Ric Flair win the Royal Rumble?
That is some sort of sick
Drop
joke, but,
your
I have to
answers,
ask
and I'll
you
read the
guys about
first
why I
few
posted
of
because
whoever
they
got
are
it
doing
right.
Monday Night Raw, so it begs the question, what's next for you?
Well, I mean, look.
And here we go. We got Atticus here was the first person I see with the correct year of 1992. David Dole also had that. Joseph Boza, Big G, Andrea Price, Double S, John Taylor, Ray Bevis, Nick Blue, Don the Visionary, Ryan Eugene, Christopher Markham, Infamous Raider Loco, and Don, it looks like you had a typo, but I take it you were going with 1992, and Hulk 076 and several others. All right, let's keep it going. Here's the next question. Who won the 1995 Royal Rumble?
Rollins. Another being CM Punk. And another very emotional man by the name of Sami Zayn. Sami has this magical way of justifying terrible
All right,
things
here
he
we
does
go.
to
The first
people.
person that I
One
see
minute
with
he's
the
aligned
answer
himself
is
with the
David
bloodline for
Dahl,
career advancement.
and it's Shawn
The next
Michaels,
he's beating up
Atticus,
Roman's
Don
relatives.
the
The
Visionary,
next he's
Andrea
helping Roman
Price.
beat up his relatives. I mean, clearly Sami
Don
Zayn loves
confirms her
money, and I
typo.
love Sami Zayn. I
D
can't
Chain
hate on
Riot
that.
Maker,
But mark my words.
Juan
Do
Castle,
not believe
Mike
a
Rouse,
word
Ryan
Sami Zayn
Marshall,
says, because
Zune
deep
Popular,
down,
Justin,
I don't think Sami Zayn
HP,
believes
sorry,
what
Chris
he
Robinson,
says either.
Ramos John, Matt Reichel, Charles Curtol, Infamous Raider Loco, Chris Holtinger, Christopher Markham,
Well,
Sean Double S, Keon, Andrew,
guess we're all gonna
Ryan,
find out.
Cole, and several others. Good job, everyone. Let's do another one. Who was the
Very
first wrestler to win back-to-back Royal Rumbles? First wrestler to win back-to-back Royal Rumbles. Let's go. All right, and Casey Clark, where'd you go? Casey Clark had the answer with Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels, and let's see, Zune Popular, Mike Rouse, Steve Bridgman, David Dole, and Chris Charles, Charles Curtol. And where'd you go? Let me see anybody else. All right, there you go. Good stuff, everyone. All right, we'll continue the Royal Rumble questions when we what do you call it? Come back, or I guess we're coming back now. It's kind of hard to tell, guys. Okay, we still have time. Never mind, we still have time. Here we go. Let me mute the shop. Here's the next question on the screen is Mr. McMahon won the Royal Rumble in 1999. In what city or state did this take place at? You can give me the city or you can give me the state, whichever one you guys prefer. The city or the state, whichever one you're comfortable with. Cutest says HBK won back-to-back quiz questions with Denise. All right, and here we go. Andrea Price had the answer. It was California. If you submitted California or Anaheim, you are right. Charles Curtol also had California. Dawn. And let me see, Steve OJ, Christopher Markham, Larice Johnson, Zune Popular, Steve OJ, and Stuart Bridgman. Good job. All righty, everyone. And I think I have time. No, we're back on the show. So let me oh no, they're doing like so they're doing flashbacks, like doing a NXT June 1st, 2010 flashback. So I'm guessing this is still part of the commercials.
NXT season 1 to
Oh no, we're back.
moments in the history of our great.
I'm confused. I don't know what's happening. Hold on.
Out on social media for looking old. Nonetheless, let's head up to the ring. Here's
all right, whatever. We're back on the Raw. That's all we know now. Let's get to it. Let's see what Sami has to say.
Thank you very much for that.
Oh, and then Tracy, I just saw your super chat. I'll get to that in a second.
Look,
sorry about that. Ooh, it's been 10 minutes. Okay, I'll get to that.
I'm just going to get right to it and tell you why I came out here. Because I spoke with Adam Pearce, and I am officially entered into the 2025.
All right, Sami Zayn's in the Royal Rumble
match. And, you know, last week, Seth Rollins told me that I spent all my time helping other people and that maybe it was time I helped myself. And it really got me thinking, actually. I started thinking, you know, what do I want? And when I started thinking about that, man, that opened up a whole bunch of thoughts. Because I started thinking about me, 14-year-old me. I started thinking about the millions of people all around the world that dream of ever becoming pro wrestlers.
Yep. Okay.
And the thousands that actually get to live their dream and become
very
pro
few
wrestlers. And the very small group that are actually lucky enough to call themselves WWE superstars.
Yes, that is true. That is very true.
And then there's the smallest group of all, the hardest one to crack into of all, and I'm talking about the upper echelon, the top tier of WWE. I'm talking 5 or 6 or 7 guys, and that is where I am now.
Get it, Sami. Let's not forget Sami has had an incredible list of accomplishments.
I'm every bit as good as everybody else in that group. And that group of guys, they're all in this year's Royal Rumble. And the only difference that I think between me and them, and I'm talking about Roman Reigns, I'm talking about Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, the only difference between them and me is that they have a world championship to their name.
Oh.
And
Where are we going, Sami?
I don't. And I've said this before.
But he
and I'll
should.
say it again. I've had a great life, okay? I've had a great career. I don't feel like I need the world championship to complete me. You
But
guys
he
have
should.
supported me throughout the years.
I would love to see Sami as world champ. I'd be so happy for him. Oh my
Believe it or
God.
not, your support
He's such a
through the
likable
years has
person.
meant more to me than any world championship could ever mean. So no, I don't need the world championship. But damn it, I want it! Because 14-year-old me wants it, and he's still here. He's still with me. He sets foot in this ring with me every single time I come out here. So I don't need the world championship, but I want it. So I am going to take it.
This is a very passionate promo from Sami. I really like that. I feel like he needed to remind people that, hey, he hasn't won a world championship. That's something that we still need to see. I feel like we haven't heard that enough, you know?
Well, the man
Oh,
who
Kevin Owens.
probably knows Sami Zayn
Kevin
better
Owens
than
and
anyone
Sami.
here.
Here we go
Kevin
again.
Owens is-
Here we go
Ladies
again.
and gentlemen, despite the fact that Kevin Owens is carrying the Winged Eagle title to the ring, he is not a champion. He stole that championship from Cody
Michael
Rhodes,
Cole
the
sounds like the
undisputed
community
WWE
notes on
champion,
Twitter.
and they will battle it
Correction.
out for the
He's
title
holding the
on
Winged
Saturday
Eagle
at the Royal Rumble
Championship,
in
but
a
he is not
ladder
the
match.
champion.
Well, regardless of what the facts are,
That's exactly
Theo's
what Michael
mind
Cole just
firmly
did.
believes
He
that
community
he is
notes him.
the true champion, and that could become a reality at the Royal Rumble in the ladder match with Cody Rhodes. There's so much history between these two, best friends for much of their career, bitter enemies for part of it as well. Kevin Owens just a powder keg at the moment. You may want to stay back, Sami.
He's wearing a Brett jacket too. You know, Kevin Owens puts a lot of thought into what he wears, by the way.
I knew it was a matter of time before you'd come. How do you want to do this?
What do you mean?
Come on, Kev.
What?
Come on, man. The whole world saw what you did to Cody Rhodes when he teamed with Roman Reigns. So how's this going to go down?
Oh, come on. You think this is what you think that's why I'm here? No, look, okay. Look, I'll admit that when I saw you team with Roman Reigns at Survivor Series, I didn't understand it right away, and I was pretty upset, okay?
Oh, I'm sure he was.
Thinking a bit more on it, and I realized it's not like when Cody teamed with Roman, okay? Because I
How's
looked
it
at the
different?
situation, and I realized that, you know, you and Roman obviously had a lot of history, just like you and I have a lot of history. And you know, Roman did some really terrible things to you that you chose to overlook, just like I am man enough to admit I did a lot of terrible things to you in the past that you also chose to overlook. Actually, it's not that you overlooked them, it's you forgave me. Just like you forgave Roman. Because that's who you are. You're a good person. That's what
I love how he's making excuses for Sami, but not Cody.
And you know what? Seth's right. You do a lot for other people, especially for your friends. And you and I you're my best friend.
Aww.
You're my best friend. You're more like a brother to me than a friend. I've said this time and time again, and that's why I'm here. It's to tell you that I wholeheartedly believe that you can and will win the Royal Rumble.
Yes, but where's Kevin Owens going with it?
I know.
I don't trust that that's all he came out to say.
I've known for 20 years will win the Royal Rumble. You know why? Because you deserve to win the Royal Rumble. You deserve to go into WrestleMania and fight for the WWE Championship. And I know you will do it.
Doesn't seem like Sami believes
you know
him
what?
either.
We can accomplish
Maybe he
one more
believes
thing
them, but he
together.
knows there's something
Because
else.
Think of the careers we've had. Think of everything we've seen each other do in this
Yep.
business that we
They
dreamed
had
of
their
doing
WrestleMania
25
moments.
years ago when we first met. Huh? We main evented WrestleMania together and won the tag team titles. But there's one more thing we've never done, and that is to main event WrestleMania one-on-one for the WWE Championship. And when you win the Royal Rumble, we will get to do that.
Oh, because he sees himself as defeating Cody.
Walk out of the Royal Rumble.
So in Kevin Owens'
as the
mind,
WWE champion.
he defeats Cody and then Sami faces them.
But you know what? I know both of those things are going to happen. I know you'll win the Royal Rumble. You know why? Because I've got your back.
That's pretty nice.
And I know
Kevin's not only
I'm
rooting
gonna
for
walk
himself,
out
but his
of the Royal
friends.
Rumble as the WWE champion, because just like you had Roman's back, you've got my back.
The way he said it, though. The way you had Roman's back, I have your back, or you have my back.
I just know it, dude. You're my best friend, and as my brother. If I need you, I know you'll be there.
Okay, all right. I was waiting for Kevin Owens to be like telling him something awful, but because he's been on one right lately. But for the most part, you know, he's rooting for himself. He's rooting for his friends. Can you blame Kevin Owens? Honestly, can you? No. I thought what he had to say was nice. Okay, I think we're on a break right now. Hold on 1 second while I really quickly just switch rooms on the back end of what I'm doing. For those of you who don't know, I do post reaction videos on Instagram. So if you haven't checked those out, please do so. There should be a few up, I think, at this point, up on the page. And Sheamus is currently being interviewed right now by Kathy Kelly.
Very decorated champion.
Let me just get that going. And then I have to catch up on a couple of super chats too.
Some people would say I have the perfect WWE career backwards. About 6 months into my career, I beat the biggest superstar this business has ever seen, John Cena, for my first WWE title. But the ironic thing is, the IC title is the first championship that drew me to WWE as a kid. And I have been chasing that.
He has been chasing that
for the last 5 years. And I have been so close on so many times. But guess what? The stars are aligned. This Saturday night at Saturday night's main event, I am going to brush that bleeding Tango Braun Breaker aside and finally fulfill my destiny by winning the last championship I have never won. And for everyone watching and for you, Braun Breaker, I want to let you know, let's go Irish.
Oh, who's coming out to confront him? Oh, Braun Breaker, Sheamus confrontation.
I want you to look at this championship, Sheamus. It's mine. This is as close as you'll ever get to winning this title. Because this Saturday, I'm going to beat you and break you like an old man. So why don't you do yourself a favor and retire?
to steal Sheamus's line. That is going to be a banger.
Okay, let me see where I am.
WWE Women's Champion Bayley.
Hold on, guys. Sorry, multitasking.
All
All right, let's see. We got Tracy WB here who says spots. Jay wins and Roman's expected back Monday. I don't know, guys. I'm not sold yet on Jay defeating Gunther. Like, part of me is, but then part of me isn't. I'm going through an emotional turmoil inside where I haven't necessarily given into the idea. But I mean, I see what you're saying, though, kind of going back to Jay and Roman Reigns. That would be kind of cool. I don't know. Yeah, I can't commit, though, Tracy. I can't commit yet. Thank you so much for the super chat, by the way. We got Corey MacArthur here who says, hello, Denise. How are you doing? Our DWO watch-along has been a tour de France.
A little bit more.
WWE Raw, SmackDown, NXT, Dynamite, and Collision, Wrestle Dynasty, TNA, Genesis, let's effing go. For those of you who don't know, I have been streaming every single day since last Monday. So I literally just kept going. I haven't stopped since last Monday. Tomorrow's my first day that I'm not doing a watch along. I'm still streaming, but it's not a watch along, but I'm still streaming. So technically my first day where I'm finally taking a break from streaming is Thursday. So yeah, it has been a tour de France, the way that Corey MacArthur says. Thank you, Corey. We got John Taylor here who says, according to everyone in the chat, it was actually crowd booing who was the first to win back-to-back Royal Rumbles. I forgot about Hulk Hogan. Oh no! It was Hogan back-to-back first, Shawn, then Stone Cold, and then Cody. I forgot about him. I'm so sorry, guys. If you had Hulk Hogan as your answer, you were technically the right person, and I'm so sorry to everybody who I gave the wrong answer to. John, thank you so much for the super chat, man. Also, I have a question for everybody here. Do you prefer for me to do this version of the show for Raw for watch-alongs? Like, do you guys like knowing what's going on during the commercial breaks, or do you prefer for me to go back to the American version next week? Or do you want me to stick doing the international feed on here? International feed or the American feed? And whatever we seem to get the most of is what I will do moving forward. Okay, so far I'm getting this version, the international version. And then, yeah, Sheldon Jackson just pointed out Ludwig calling out Penta. Sorry, I talked over that.
That'd be an interesting bout, Wade.
Everyone likes the international feed. All right, guys, moving forward, I'm going to stick to the international feed for the show because clearly you guys are getting more bang for your buck with the international feed. At least even if you can't see what's happening for that, you can at least know what you missed in case you're not watching it. So all right, cool. We're gonna rock with it, and that's what I will be showing. Tromo333 says commercial sucks. Yes, I agree. I agree. Robert McManus says, what's the difference in the feed? The American feed on Netflix gets ads. So you don't get any of the bonus interviews that they're doing. They're doing bonus interviews backstage with Kathy Kelly and with Jackie Redmond. And that's pretty much been like the bonus.
Nia Jax here on Raw tonight, still part of the Transform.
Charles also says international because you never know what you will see from WWE. Yeah, okay, cool.
Monday nights. Going to show you what happened earlier.
In the meantime, while they're showing what happened earlier.
The human wrecking ball, Nia Jax, who has been on the warpath for weeks now after losing her championship, clearly targeting every single woman in the locker room, not more so than those with the gold, such as Rhea Ripley, who got absolutely
trying to find moments to win. We got John Taylor who says I said Austin, so I was wrong on both accounts. I like how we all just like went a totally different direction with that. John, thank you for the super chat.
Ripley, of course, met in Australia last year. Elimination Chamber event for the title. Last week, Nia Jax.
Double S says I watch with my TV muted with the live stream on, so I like this version. All right, sounds good. I'm going to rock with it then.
Also at ringside tonight.
Let's see who's at ringside. Oh, Roxanne Perez is at ringside.
Women's champion got into it with Bayley this past Tuesday night on the CW on NXT. Roxanne actually sent out a tweet today when Bayley was announced coming to Monday Night Raw.
All right, Bayley's
She
making
said,
her
"Raw
entrance
just
now.
gained a
Are we getting Bayley and Nia right now? Yeah, that's what we're getting. Oh, I didn't even realize we were getting Bayley versus Nia. So like literally a second ago.
Bayley and in part preventing Bayley from Tiffany Stratton for the goal.
That's funny. Oh man.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from San Jose, California. Bayley!
Big G was like, you had me thinking I was wrong and had to look it up. Sorry.
Bayley. It actually started a decade ago in NXT. These women have met one-on-one 13 times over the years, and Nia holds a slight 7-6 edge.
All right, and you think we finally get Roxanne interfering in Bayley's match? She didn't interfere in the match that she had with Tiffany Stratton. So maybe she won't interfere again, or maybe she will. Either that or Roxanne Perez is just studying a future opponent here, because I don't think they've announced, by the way, when we're supposed to see Bayley versus Roxanne Perez. Have they? Have they announced that? I don't think so. But like, and if they did, I'm so sorry, but I missed that.
To get some payback here tonight against Nia. Bayley's first night on Monday Night Raw, and I'm glad to have her here.
You?
Yeah.
You're glad to have boy. You're a Bayley fan all of a sudden?
I'm trying to turn over a new leaf here as Bayley goes.
You have done nothing but talk smack about Bayley for the past
Thank you,
few
Sarah.
years
She
at every
confirmed that they have
opportunity,
not.
and now you've turned the corner, huh?
Well, we'll see how she does in this match tonight as Bayley hammers away on Nia Jax, of course, the former WWE Women's Champion on Friday Night SmackDown before Tiffany Stratton.
All right, let's see what we get from this match here.
Win the title.
Bayley and Nia Jax had a really fun match at Bad Blood in October. I liked the match that they did that night.
Cover now on Nia, hook the leg for the win and a kick out by Jax. Both of these women have declared for the Women's Royal Rumble match. Takes place a week from Saturday in Indianapolis, Indiana. Nia, oh my goodness, a headbutt right to the chest, driving Bayley to the mat. Cover now by Jax.
I do want to see Roxanne Perez interfere in this match. I feel like it would make it feel a little bit different from what we've been normally seeing. Plus, Nia Jax is like on a rampage right now.
Let's take another look at this. Bayley had all the momentum in the world, but that was like running straight into a brick wall.
And this is what 29 other women are going to have to compete against inside the
Big Diesel says maybe not interfere, but after a match confrontation, that'd be cool with that.
Ripley all time with 20.
They didn't do that again for last week's either for Tiffany and Bayley. I was also expecting that. They had like a very mini confrontation, but not like a full-on one.
Her 6th Royal Rumble this year. Elbow misses as
We got John Taylor here who says, I vote for Tout Stream, Daniel Bryan's favorite. Oh God, the Tout Stream. It's wild. I haven't said the words tout in like a really long time. John, thank you so much for the super chat as always.
Winning the Royal Rumble match, entering at number 3.
Nick the Creator's like tout.
Royal Rumble record of 1 hour, 3 minutes, and 1 second to win the Royal
Tout
Rumble.
will never die.
I
don't think I ever went on Tout, guys. Like, I don't think I ever did.
Few days she has been
Ever.
on all 3 brands,
I wasn't a Tout person.
everywhere you go, causing time
I was a MySpace person. I went from MySpace to Facebook to Instagram to Twitter to now everything. I would love it. Like, love it. Oh, here we go. Bayley and Roxanne having a confrontation. Oh, she tried to smack her, but Bayley was prepared for that. Bayley was like, you're not going to mess with me during my match. Okay, here's Roxanne trying to get in there. Bayley, come on, you're a pro. Don't get distracted. Don't get distracted, Bayley. Bayley, you're getting distracted. Bayley, turn around. Nia's going to catch you, girl. Bayley, girl, turn around. Oh, never mind. They went to commercial break. But I'm assuming right now when we come back,
and Bayley now taken out by Nia Jax as Nia wakes.
They literally missed the best part.
Carried out of the building by security.
Well, that is
literally,
Bayley turned up at NXT
they went to black. They came back, and Bayley was already on the ground, so we didn't actually see when Nia hit Bayley. So
teach
I
Roxanne
feel like
a
they
little
should have
bit
probably timed that out a little bit better, that we could actually see Nia come behind her.
Women's champion, very disrespectful to many. Uh-oh.
We got John Taylor here who says, rumor has it Reg worked for Taz. So the running joke around here, guys, is that every company Reg works for goes out of business, which is terrible because Reg works for me. So, like, if I go out of business, I'm just going to blame Reg, honestly. John, thank you so much, man. All right, well, in the meantime, since we are technically on commercials for some people, I'm going to keep the match going, but I'm going to keep the Royal Rumble quiz going. So here we go, guys. What year was the first women's Royal Rumble? And I will wait for answers here.
Oh, and a big elbow drops Bayley. You know, we talked about Rumble eliminations earlier. Bayley's actually third all-time weight in Royal Rumble eliminations in the women's match. She has a 17.
Well, I'm immediately installing Nia Jax.
All righty, and everybody who got 2018 is correct. We got Don here, Atticus, Ryan, Dylan, Andrea, Charles, Larice, Stewart, Nick, LA Sooner, Double S, Keon Davis, Austin Wright, Taylor Cannon, Zune Popular, Ryan, Christopher, Don, Glitter Deluxe, and Vin, Raphael, and Kevin, and Cool, Dream, and Chris Holsinger, Manuel, Tracy. All right, let's keep it going. Here's the next one. Who was the first entrant into the first ever Women's Royal Rumble?
Now, just mocking.
What is the answer?
Foot right in the throat of Bayley. Nia barking back at the official.
You're saying all these nice things about Bayley. I can guarantee you Bayley still thinks Michael Cole is an idiot. In fact, she was starting chants of that nature just 1 week ago.
Yeah,
all right, and here we go. We got the answer we were looking for is Sasha Banks. Dylan Johnson got the answer. Atticus got the answer. Don the Visionary. Chris Robinson. Chris Holsinger. Andrea Price. Vin, Cool Dream, Austin Wright, Larice Johnson, Taylor Cannon, and Kevin Cabeza, Ryan, Stewart, Henry, Anthony, Charles, Keon, and Christopher.
Nia Jax now.
I can't tell when we're back on commercials normally and when we're not. I'm like trying to figure it out. I'm like, okay, what part are we like back in commercials? I think we're back. Y'all will have to let me know if we're back. Bryn Hopkins says, will you do it for all WWE content on Netflix or not? So I don't normally stream for NXT. I only stream for NXT on, I have to do it on NXT, by the way. That's actually why I started doing VPN for NXT, was because I can't watch NXT any other way. So I always watch NXT with a VPN. SmackDown, sure, I'll go ahead and do it. I don't see why not. Yeah, I don't see a problem with that. Bryn, thank you so much for the super chat, by the way. I do what the people want, guys. What the people want.
Chance whatsoever in this one. She needs to end this as quickly as possible.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Monday Night Raw. We're live tonight, sold out at the American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas. 15,572.
You know, they haven't been doing as many drone shots today for the show. Feels like it's been a little less of the drone shots.
Officially of the Monday Night Raw roster. Nia Jax is here, part of the transfer window.
Ooh, nasty whiplash there on Bayley.
The injured arm, the shoulder of Bayley.
Just shows you the growing smarts and strategic skills of Nia Jax. She used to be exclusively known for power maneuvers. Now it is all a mental.
Saheem Quazi says, are there no commercial breaks on Netflix? There is, and I guess it depends on what package you have. My package gives me commercial breaks, yes.
The past couple of years, and really makes this a different Nia Jax than the first one here in WWE.
She is so damn special. It's an absolute treat watching Jax every time she's in that ring.
It's a treat watching Bayley sunset flip. Spine into the post. Nia's in trouble.
This could be a count out here, Cole.
Desperation move by Bayley. She's injured. She's hurt. She wants to take the count out, win it out.
Nia looks funny. Just laid out completely on the ground, just like flat as a pancake. It's very funny.
Just bought herself
a win here.
Count of 8 now. Nia back to her feet and back into the ring.
But how much damage has already been done?
Oh!
Taste of your own medicine.
An annihilator by Bayley and a kick out by Nia Jax. Bayley almost beat Nia with her own move. Now drops the elbow. Again covering Jax and again a kick out.
Well, Bayley now throwing everything but the kitchen sink at Nia Jax, and clearly hampered by that arm issue, limiting her moveset, her arsenal that she can throw at Nia Jax.
Yeah,
what else do you have in the tank, Bayley?
But I've been impressed with the way that
I wonder how long Raw will go today, too. That's another question. Remember, every single week is going to be like more fluid, so we're not really going to know for sure how long each show is going to be.
Now on Bayley. Hook of the leg for the win. Nia continues to work on the injured shoulder, and Bayley stays in the match.
Once again, targeting everything on that leg.
Don says I can almost hear it. My
Moves of
whole.
her own arsenal.
Yeah, that's Nia's
Bayley
line.
really struggling at this point.
Now Nia, a splash in the corner.
Well, this is when a different side of Nia Jax comes out. When she smells blood, she starts enjoying it a bit too much.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm expecting too, like 2.5 hours. That's what they did last week, so I feel like that's a decent
slug to the jaw from
bit.
Jax. My God, I felt that one.
The back shoulder into the post. Nia Jax is dissecting Bayley here tonight. And now, oh goodness!
Bayley just hung up to dry, crushing those ribs against the steel ring post.
And Big G says I don't think she's ever going to live that down. No, Nia's not. No. It's like one of her funniest moments, so maybe she doesn't want to live it down. Thank you so much. John Taylor sends in a super chat saying, want your package to be, oh, wait, tonight is sponsored by BetterHelp. Yes, today it's all about BetterHelp, and they're great. They're my new sponsor, so I'm trying to make them happy. So please, guys, check out the link in the description box below. They're only going to come back if people actually, join and subscribe and all of that, both for Aura and BetterHelp.
And the Let's Go
Thank you, John.
Ring through the American Airlines Center.
John says we love BetterHelp. Yeah, no, BetterHelp is great, guys. Like legit, I did the quiz, or not the quiz, like the questionnaire that they do in the beginning. Ooh!
On the tailbone, kick out.
That power bomb looks sick from Bayley to Nia.
You can see Nia Jax desperately.
Anyways, I'm in the process of them pairing me up with someone, so I'm very excited.
The elbow drop from Bayley for the win, and again Jax kicks out. Bayley physically exhausted. What the hell does she have to do?
I mean, if this hits the bullseye and somehow this deep into a matchup, your opponent can still kick out, you fear that it's good night for
Hey,
Bayley
Young
from
Jinx,
here.
thank you. You
What
can make it
on
onto
earth
the
do you
chat.
have
Hope
in
you're
your
doing
tank?
well.
And Bayley firing up back to her feet now. Understands she has control. Went for the Bayley to belly. Injured shoulder gave out. Bayley still fighting back though. Clips Nia in the back.
Dude,
of the
Bayley's like
Resourceful as they
doing
come,
everything she
has
can to
make
bring
at
Nia
this point.
down.
Uh-oh. Pop up Samoan drop.
But Nia looks like she just got her
Knocking the
number.
stuffing out of Bayley.
Oh, and a senton.
Well, Bayley's just a carcass at this point, Michael Cole.
It was a valiant effort by an injured Bayley.
That's it. I think Bayley's done here.
Nia Jax.
Yep, a big win there for Nia Jax.
Here is your winner.
And she defeats Bayley once again.
Overwhelming offense, a staggering amount of force thrown at the body of Bayley by this woman. Perhaps the
We got J Rock Dog who
year
says
in
this is a
2024
great match. No, this was good. I really liked when like Bayley was, running circles around Nia. I thought that was definitely enjoyable. I was since this was their best match. I liked what they did at Bad Blood. I liked that match. I had a good time with it. And it was a pay-per-view match, so it felt a little harder. Oh, here we go. Here's Rhea coming back to get her revenge on Nia for attacking her.
But the women's world champion is here.
Man, isn't it kind of weird seeing Rhea finally feud with someone who isn't Liv? Kind of weird. It takes me a second to like adjust. I'm so used to seeing Rhea and Liv. But Rhea and Nia is good.
Rhea taking the fight to Nia
Nia's a
tonight.
good first challenger to Rhea since she won her title back. Especially because if you want to see Rhea take Nia down.
To separate these two women.
Well, Nia Jax must be exhausted after that competition against.
Come on, let them fight. Yes, I'm glad she broke through. Fight. Come on, Rhea, get up.
We got about every security guard and producer out here now trying to split these women up. We still might not have enough here. We haven't.
And I thought we were going to get a rematch with Tiffany and Nia at the Royal Rumble, but I don't know. Are we still getting that? I don't know. That was my assumption on that.
It is Nia Jax who goes down first.
And now Rhea dropped right on the back of her head on the apron. Nia Jax now.
That camera shot was wild. That was like, who dropped Rhea? I'm like, I couldn't even see Nia drop Rhea.
You see the apprehension in these security guards. They're not getting
Oh
in the
no!
way.
Oh no!
On the table and take out Rhea. Finally.
Oh no! Rhea's gonna like do something for her now. Yep. She took down Nia and all the security guards too. Good shit.
And still Rhea Ripley isn't done.
Rhea Ripley and Nia Jax beating the hell out of one another. Rhea pissed off after being attacked by Nia before the show.
Oh,
tonight.
she's gonna cut a promo too. Let's see what she says.
Get out of the way. You, me, Saturday night, main event.
Oh, okay. Nia and Rhea, Saturday night's main event. Okay, I was thinking like, okay, so now that still leaves an opportunity for like Nia and Tiffany to maybe do something. But no, I think that Nia and Rhea at Saturday night's main event is makes sense. I think I skipped over Saturday night's main event in my head. I'm like, I'm already going to like something else. So yeah, I'm glad that they made that matchup. That'll be good. And they got, yeah, I agree, Ender. They're filling out that card. They really are. And this is gonna, they made this match steamy like very fast.
Just say yes.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, what a battle here tonight, Rhea and Nia Jax. Well, last week our main event on Monday Night Raw.
All righty. Let's see what's happening next on the show.
Damian Priest and Finn Balor. Watch this, Wade. The Broken Era.
Oh yeah, that was fun last week.
Bitter rivalry between Judgment Day member Finn Balor and former leader Damian Priest. Balor getting caught out there in a stretcher, but Priest simply was not done bringing Balor back into the firefight despite his body showing the wounds of war. That was, of course, until Judgment Day members got involved. Until the arrival of the tag champs, the War Raiders.
Guys, I'm not sure how many of you are on Instagram, but if you are, I have Chris who does editing for me, who's working on the back end of all this stuff, which is, if you see me distracted at any point, chances are I'm messaging Chris. But Chris has already uploaded 5 clips for me on Instagram. If you guys can go in there and like slap some likes, that would be really awesome, just to kind of help promote those videos. So thank you so much to Chris, who's working very hard behind the scenes with everything. And let's see what Dominic
Judgment Day
and Chad Gable.
I'm off to master the dark arts of Lucha Libre.
Wait, was he asking them for tips or what? I missed that.
It's a long story, but it's never a bad thing for Gable to owe us one.
Yeah, the dude's a stud, all right, but that doesn't help us. Next week, Pierce is giving us the tag title rematch, and Finn's not going to be there. He's laid up.
Well, listening to Finn hasn't led to much winning lately, has it?
Listen, this is serious.
Oh, they're finally talking shit behind Finn's back. Good.
Replace Finn, right? I don't think he'll mind, right? As long as the tag titles are back with the Judgment Day. Plus, Wall's looking a little empty.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. We got this.
I got you.
You don't think Finn's going to mind that, do you?
Oh, no. He's going to love this idea. He's going to love it. And
we got a few people asking, Joseph and Eggsy here asked if I'm going to be covering Saturday night's main event.
with Rhea.
Mi güerita, I thought you weren't mad.
I'm not.
Mi
But
güerita.
what? You can't take a joke, my little honey bunny?
No, I have an idea for you as well. And I know you're not mad, I'm gonna make it up to you anyway.
Oh my god, the way she
Oh, you
plays with
will.
his hair.
Let's go.
Carlito. He just like put his head on Raquel's shoulder. To answer your question about Saturday night's main event,
to become a
I don't know
history
yet because I'm going to be in Vegas. I'm not really sure if I'm covering Saturday night's main event or not. But stay tuned. Stay tuned. I'm not really too sure.
Spreading my wings and shedding any dead feathers that made me doubt the heights I knew I was capable of reaching.
I'm so happy for Lyra too to be here as in first ever intercontinental champion.
And I used them to become something more.
We got Christopher Marino here who says setting up Bayley versus Roxanne and having Bayley always lose does not help Roxanne. But Bayley has done so much, and I feel like her legacy is pretty strong that's why they do have her lose, because she's Bayley and people respect her. Even if she does take losses, she's still Bayley, and that's not going to take anything like away from her. So I feel like that's definitely the reason why. But yeah, you're also right. I would like to see Bayley pick up a few more wins, but we know this Nia win was because of Rhea. The match that she's going to have with Rhea. We know that the Bayley loss to Tiffany Stratton was to hype up Tiffany Stratton's win. So all of the losses Bayley has taken have been for a particular reason, for a very specific reason. So I don't think that it hurts Bayley to the extent where it wouldn't help Roxanne Perez. Thank you so much, though, Christopher, for the super chat. But I'm always here for some more Bayley wins. I'm definitely up for that.
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
We're getting the MLK video package.
Every morning that you get, there's a choice you haven't made. Well, here's some hope you can borrow.
I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
No matter time is today.
When we let it rain, all of our children, black men and white men, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old spiritual.
Oh, yeah, you know.
Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last. Now is the time.
And we as a people get to the promised land. Then today.
I love this package.
I still have a dream.
Then today.
I love how they incorporated like WWE superstars in with the speech and seeing all of that. That was nice. It was very, very nice. All right, now we're back to a commercial break here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into some more trivia in the meantime while we wait for the next match to get started. By the way, we got Pete Dunne coming out, guys. We're about to get Pete Dunne versus Penta, which is very exciting because so far they've been having him have matches with people that are like, very good wrestlers. I would just say they're good wrestlers. Both both Pete Dunne and Chad Gable. So I think this match will be fun with him and Pete Dunne. I was very excited when I saw that Pete Dunne was the person that was going to be facing Penta. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and get into some trivia while we wait for the entrances. Here we go. We got who won the first ever Women's Rumble? I'll wait for some answers. And that guy's like all up on Pete Dunne's face. All right, and here we go. We got Don the Visionary here with the answer. Asuka, Atticus also had the answer. Andy Holland had the answer. Yatik Sahu had the answer. Big G, Martin Raheel, Super Pro, Double S, Dylan Johnson, Sheldon Jackson, Dawn, Maurice Johnson, Christopher Markham, Charles Critole, Infamous Raider Loco, Leo, Christopher, Mike, Keon, Jeremiah,
What is it about you
Austin,
countrymen? Why are you guys always so miserable
and
all the
Mick
time?
Diesel. All right, let's keep it going.
He should be miserable. He's had that minister.
See, and this is what I mean, guys. This is what I mean. Dylan Johnson says gonna need to make them harder. I made them harder last time, and people were mad. There's no middle ground. There's no middle ground.
Are gonna call me by my real name, then I suggest you shut your mouth.
All right, let's see what Pete Dunne has to say here.
See, this is the problem. The disrespect I get. I walk down here and you people call me Butch.
Stop bringing it up, Pete Dunne. Stop.
Pound for pound wrestler in this company, and you think it's okay to disrespect me?
Like, I don't get why they keep having them do this. Like, nobody's calling them Butch anymore. So why do they still make him go out there and cut promos where he's mad about people calling him Butch? Why? All right. Let's go ahead and get into some more questions here. What year did Charlotte win the Royal Rumble?
In Dallas, Texas.
That's the next question.
Notre Dame's head coach, Marcus Freeman, has his fighting Irish in the College Football National Championship. At the pregame press conference late last week.
All right, and the answer is 2020 and Jaya Price. She was in it. Woo! Larice Johnson, 2020, David Dahl, Atticus, Sheldon, Dawn, and let's see, Dylan Johnson, Yatik. Oh, wait, no, sorry, not Yatik. Sorry, Yatik. Dylan, what happened? What happened? Big G, Infamous Raider Loco, Dawn. Thank you, TJ, for noticing my sweater. Austin Wright, Double S, Keon, Manuel, Chris, Charles Stewart, TJ, Superfro, and SSJ Cody won.
Marcus
All right.
actually took his kids to a SmackDown in June of last year. Now, the man that Freeman
Good job. All right, we got two more questions and then I'll switch games here. All right, here we go. Who did Bianca Belair eliminate to win the 2021 Royal Rumble?
I've been flying out of town for some peace of mind. It's like always, they just want a piece.
I'll be in Vegas this weekend. I leave to Vegas on Thursday. I'll be in Vegas Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'm going to be in Vegas for 4 days, guys. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. All right, we got Rhea is the answer, by the way, of course. Atticus had that. Dylan Johnson had that. Sheldon, Ryan.
I just want to tell you.
And let me shut up because they're
friend, I really appreciate
having a Seth Sammy moment.
I needed to hear that. I want you to know that it got through to me. All right?
Oh,
I
good.
know, man. I heard you out there. I respect that. It's about time for that Sami Zayn to show up. And you know what? I'm almost rooting for that Sami Zayn. But push comes to shove at the Rumble, I will throw you right over that top rope.
Well, yeah, it's every man for himself. I would hope he would, because so would Sammy.
Not if I throw you out first.
See, good. Fight back, Sammy. Fight back. Rooting for you. All right, Don, Dylan, Sheldon, Ryan, Big G. Oh, wait, I forgot the answer. Never mind. Big G. No, wrong answer. Larice, Yatik, Leo, Superfro, Christopher, everybody who had Rhea, Double S, Don the Visionary, Chris, Keon, Stewart, Charles, Chris. Still, by the way, that was one of my favorite women's rumbles ever, was the final few moments with Bianca and Rhea Ripley.
It's interesting. He was out here saying no one respects
All right,
him
and here we go, guys. We're about to get into Penta and Pete Dunne.
Gross incompetence from somebody in production.
It's time.
Fasten your seatbelts, partner.
Settle. Miedo. That's where I got the women are money from. For those of you who haven't been tuning into the NXT post show, I started a women are money thing, stolen from Settle Miedo, but women are money. So just putting that out there.
Ladies and gentlemen, he has no fear. Everyone is.
Also, I did a video here, cheap plug, a couple days ago, kind of running down a little bit of Penta's career. So for those of you who want to learn a little bit more about Penta, I did a video. Check it out. It's very short, so it's just very simple, little straightforward video. If you guys want to learn a little bit more about that, about Penta and his career and how he got here and why he has hype behind his name and all of that, that's covered in the video. So if you guys want to check it out, it's here on the channel.
You don't have to keep repeating it. Just grind the gears.
All right, here we go. Let's have a good
People
time
like you
with
love
Penta
saying
and Pete
that.
Dunne.
This is a very interesting matchup because Dunne and Penta.
Mike C says, holy shit, that firework pyro was awesome. Vermont says, love to see Penta's Penta's Joker custom.
On Monday Night Raw. And Dunne and Penta now slugging it out early on.
Well, I'll tell you right now, Penta has come in with a hell of a lot of fanfare. He's been wowing the globe for years. Once upon a time, it was
Tiger Claw Gaming says, watch it, Denise. WWE will send you a cease and desist. Or who knows, they might steal it. You like women are money.
As they come, a former NXT tag team champion and NXT UK champ as well, and he just knocks Penta to the floor.
And Dunne, as you mentioned, is irate. It's week 3 of Raw here on Netflix. At no point was Dunne invited to the show, asked to be on the show, put here in a match. This is an opportunity for
I love
to make a point of
Dunne
management here.
whenever he like messes with people's fingers.
Will break the shiny new toy of the bosses here in WWE. That's what you get for ignoring Pete Dunne.
The fans are chanting Butch here.
Yeah, because of people like you and people like R-Truth. You should be
Oh
ashamed
shit,
of yourself,
Christopher Marino
Michael
says, I
Cole.
remember your interview you did with him at AAA when he was a bloody mess. Bro, I forgot about that.
Dunne catches him.
I could have included that in my video. I completely forgot about that. Wow. Hey, how can I forget my own memories? That's really bad. But yeah, oh my gosh, I completely forgot about that.
Incredible. And Pete Dunne outside the ring doesn't want to be out there with a high-flying luchador Penta.
Well, Pete Dunne overcommitted on that one. What a huge error.
And this is why he has no fear. And Dunne caught him with a right. The rough and tough bruiserweight, the brawler, Pete Dunne.
There's a reason why Pete Dunne has a gold-laden career.
Right on the apron. Penta's in trouble.
Oh, okay. So it's going to commercial break, but it'll flash and then it'll come back in a second for here, so you guys can hear the audio for that if you're not seeing the commercial breaks. Stephen Marchuli says Lucha Bros versus Usos take my money. Dude, for real. I would love to see that. Like, really love to see that. Lucha Bros versus Fraction would be very fun.
If he wants to,
Trying to think, versus the Street Profits would be another one. I would love to see them versus the Street Profits. That'd be fun too. Thank you, Steven. We got John Taylor here who says, I was originally going to Vegas this weekend for my birthday, but decided against losing all my money at the casino. Instead, I'm going to Seattle for a friend's poker night to lose my money. Wait. Oh my gosh, John. Well, either way, I hope you have a good time celebrating your birthday, which I know is in a few days, but I hope you have a good time. Enjoy yourself. Go out and relax, man. Whether you're in Seattle, Las Vegas, or wherever the hell you decide to go, relax, let loose, all of that. It's nice. Sometimes we get so caught up with just life and adulting, and sometimes I feel like personally, like even me, I feel like I'm stuck in a rut sometimes. Like it's just the same routine every day, and I'm like, oh, sometimes it hits me, and I'm just like, I gotta break loose of this routine. But it's hard. It's hard not to get stuck with a routine. You wake up, you work, you eat, you take a shower and go to sleep. And then you wake up again and you do it again. So sometimes you gotta break the pattern just to stay sane, not to get stuck feeling like you're some sort of robot or something. But yeah, I feel like I get stuck in a rut all the time, and I have to do something different to break myself out of it. It's very easy to get stuck in a routine. But anyways, all that to say, enjoy your birthday in Seattle. John, I'm out here going so deep. Why am I going so deep? Oh man, it's so funny. All right, Tracy's birthday's coming up in 13 days. Tracy, please remind me as we get closer to your birthday as well. Mike Ralph's birthdays and Saturday. Oh, we're getting a lot of looks like a lot of the January birthdays are sort of at the tail end of the month, huh? Cool. And yes, Super Fro, he says Troops got to keep it fresh, got to keep moving. Yep. That's what I try to tell myself. Like, even just like try to switch it up, like do something different. Like one time I was like feeling like I was stuck in such a rut, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna take myself to dinner today, just to get out of the house. I'm gonna go walk to the restaurant, have dinner, and then come home. And I did it, and it was one random little change that I made in my day. I can't do it every day, of course, because dinner is expensive. But just like one random little thing to switch up the day, and it was nice. I felt brand new. Okay, we are
strategy by Pete Dunne.
back
He's
again on the
grounded
show.
the high flyer. Oh, Penta at every turn.
Well, that was Bullhammer-esque to the jaw.
Sarah's birthday's March 26th. Oh, I know so many March birthdays. So many. Colin is in December. Oh, you got plenty of time. Your birthday just passed. You got plenty of time. Double says not till November. Big G says this was on the 10th of January. If it was January, happy late birthday, Big G. Mike C, we're birthday month twins. He says, I got till May. I'm good. Me too. I'm a May baby as well.
Penta ducked underneath that. Now Penta looks to rally.
Charles says his birthday's February 25th. Ooh, coming up pretty soon.
Drops Dunne face.
Stromo says, the older I get, the more I kind of just want a routine. I get it. I get it. Everybody's different, right?
From Dunne, bang right to the midsection.
I'm trying to break out of my routine.
Penta now lifting a Dunne up on his
like,
shoulders.
I hate it. I hate it. Right when I'm going to bed, I'm like, wow, I did the exact same thing yesterday and today, and I'm going to do the exact same thing tomorrow. Literally. That's what I start thinking about right before bed.
Turns the tables here, Wade.
All right, let's see Penta and keep done.
Just a window of opportunity. And then these jaw-dropping forms.
Dawn shares a birthday with Kofi and Johnny Gargano. That's great. I don't think I share any birthdays with any wrestlers. Not that I know of. I haven't seen any other wrestler with my birthday, so.
American Airlines Center, 15,572. Sold out. Great match between Penta and Dunne here on Raw. Kick again by Dunne.
Two completely different styles, but both hard-hitting. Both have taken a lot of abuse in this matchup, and both men are hurting.
Ooh. That'll stop Dunne in his tracks. Penta. Oh, wow!
Canadian Destroyer. But they're calling it a Mexican Destroyer here.
Well, Big Dunne is right down the ring. I don't know if it was instinct or what, but thankfully for him, for now, out of the danger zone just when he needs some time to recover.
What did you say, out of the danger zone? I wouldn't be too sure, Wade.
Maybe the danger zone is everywhere when it comes to Penta.
Tope con hilo!
I love the way Pete Dunne sold for that. He just went and did like a whole ass flip. That was great.
Men showing the wear and tear of this match.
Yeah, two men popped through the ring, but we know both of these men are highly motivated to get the job here. Take a look at this. Mexican Destroyer followed by this tope con hilo to the outside. And Pete Dunne moving gingerly in ring. What on earth is Penta cooking up next?
The official
Manuel shares the same birthday with Scott Steiner. Oh, that's great. Olin shares a birthday with Rey Mysterio. Wow. Robert says he shares a birthday with Hulk Hogan. Don't boo me.
What's Dunne going to do here? And now it's Dunne.
Oh, Robert.
Penta on the back of his head.
That's funny.
Don't
boo me.
That was close.
Imagine getting booed on your birthday. That's just messed up. Imagine everyone singing to you instead of happy birthday. They're like, boo.
I
don't know why I'm thinking about that, but that's funny.
This matchup has been
Cube Flame says he shares a birthday with Eddie Guerrero and JY October 9. Ask Chat GBT. It's accurate. I'm gonna in the next commercial break. I'm gonna ask Chat GBT if I share any birthdays with any wrestlers.
On their knees, exchanging blows and chops.
Tracy shares a birthday with Brian Cage and Isla Dawn. That's so good. Miedo. I wonder if Penta's feeling any fear when freaking Pete Dunne is cracking his fingers.
Dunne looking for a triangle choke here on Penta.
I'd be like, ay, poquito miedo, poquito.
Penta, though, trying to lift Dunne up and break this hold, and he does.
That's your Spanish word for the day, poquito. A little bit.
Knee to the spine. What a counter by Penta.
Well, what a powerhouse that is. A high-flying luchador that does a deadlift powerbomb like that.
And we saw Penta use this last week against Gable. He calls it the sacrifice. That hammerlock into an arm breaker.
Returning the favor to Pete Dunne, trying to crack some of his body parts.
Now you have to think is defenseless.
And now he's got him where he wants him. Penta now. Lifting. Pete Dunne up.
It's over.
Cover by Penta. And another
And
win.
Penta is now in a winning streak here. Collecting W's on his WWE start of his career.
Roaring start here on Monday Night Raw.
Wow, the brightest.
I'm like, what are the chances we get another Penta promo? What if we just get one every week? Every week. I'm here for it.
Our eyes, this stunning modified backbreaker on Dunne, followed by this, the sacrifice, leaving a defenseless Pete Dunne to taste this.
Leo Poroy shares his birthday with Roxanne Perez. Yeah, Young Gun Watch says the Made in Japan is now a Penta driver. Yeah, that's what they were calling it right now, the Penta driver. I caught that from commentary.
We told us last week on Monday Night Raw how exciting it
Yeah.
was to be here. It really was a dream come true and the highlight of his career to be able to participate here in ring at WWE. He is going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, undoubtedly the kind of guy that puts fear into the locker room because they know one day I'm probably going to have to try and beat that man. That may be mission
Alrighty.
impossible.
Hold on one second.
The newest member of the Monday Night Raw roster, a former United States champion, Logan Paul.
Oh, yeah, Logan Paul's part of the Raw roster. We knew that already.
Man, it
But let's
must
see what he
suck
has to
be a
say.
Logan Paul hater. For years, all of you have wanted me to fail. But you know why it's never happened and it never will? Because when I do something, I become the best at it.
And yeah, he is super disliked. Poor. He gets that heel heat for sure.
I was the only man in history to beat Floyd Mayweather. So what makes you think the WWE will be any different? Look around, dummies.
He does a really good job of getting under your skin. So you can give Logan Paul credit for that.
Until I become the greatest superstar to ever step foot in that ring.
That was pretty cool though, that frog splash.
Looking at the GOAT, ladies and gentlemen.
Did Logan know you were calling the
All
show
right.
tonight? He said, listen
Let's
up,
see what else we got here.
Nonetheless,
Yeah, Mike C says no Rumble spot with Ricochet. Maybe he'll have a Rumble. Oh, so Logan Paul's making his Raw debut next Monday.
Sensational Logan Paul here on Netflix.
We got Infamous Murder Loco, by the way, who sends in a super chat saying, my son has big show February 8, 2025, and I have Rhea. You share birthdays with Rhea, October 11, 2025. Or yeah, October 11. Oh my God, that's great. To be twins with Rhea, birthday twins with Rhea. That's phenomenal. Oh, that's what I was going to do, right? I was going to ask ChatGPT if I share any birthdays with any wrestlers.
Then he heads to his
Let me see.
hometown.
I've never done this before, so
WWE champion live next week.
how would I ask
on
ChatGPT?
Netflix.
Hold on, let me see. Oh, there's CM Punk. Oh, he's getting out like through the concessions area. That's dope. That's so cool. Okay. Wow. My birthday is May 18. Do I share any birthdays with any wrestlers? Thank you. Wait, am I supposed to thank ChatGPT? Because I just thanked ChatGPT. Thank you.
See, Punk told me earlier today he's a man of the people.
I do share. What? I share birthdays with all these wrestlers?
Our hockey analyst.
What?
Jackie Redmond is
Okay,
here.
so I apparently share birthdays with the Blue Meanie, Toru Yano, La Hiedra, Zack Sabre Jr., Pedro Aguayo Jr., Drago, I have no idea.
Jackie, before you
All
get
right,
to
let's see what
questions,
CM
I
Punk
have a
says.
question for you. Is it great to be alive on a Monday night in Dallas, Texas, or what?
CM Punk, you know it is, but let's get to the question. You know, there are only so many ways to get to the main event of WrestleMania, something you're looking to do for the first time ever in your career. The Royal Rumble, of course, is one of those ways, but that's a PLE that you've never won, and it's shaping up to be one of the most stacked fields ever. Yourself, Roman Reigns, John Cena, Seth freaking Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Sami Zayn just declared earlier tonight. So my question for you is, what makes this Royal Rumble different for CM Punk?
History. And I am the maker of history. It was just 3 short weeks ago I main evented the first Monday Night Raw live on Netflix, and I beat Seth Rollins, somebody favored to win this Royal Rumble. It is a very fickle business. What have you done for me lately? Lately, I make history, and I'll do it in 2 short weeks at the Royal Rumble when I walk in and I throw 29 other superstars over the top rope. The stakes are much too high. The lights are much too bright. The pressure is on, and that is when CM Punk comes alive, and that is when he thrives. Nobody can beat me when I am at my best with these people behind me.
All right, nice little promo there to get the crowd
Did you say
hype.
John Cena?
I did.
I can't see John Cena throwing me over the top rope on February the 1st. Did you say Roman Reigns? Roman Reigns needed my help to settle family business at War Games, and in the Royal Rumble, there are no friends. It's every man for himself.
I don't know why, but this
Drew
camera shot of
McIntyre
CM Punk
in
is
the
kind of
dirt.
funny.
Don't ask me about Sami Zayn. He's not on my level. You put Hulk
What?
Hogan in the Royal Rumble, I'll throw his dusty ass over the top rope and I'll kill Hulkamania once and for all. On February the 1st, 60,000 strong, live on Peacock in living color at Lucas Oil Field, Indianapolis, Indiana. My name is CM Punk, and I am settling scores, and I am cashing in debts, and I'm calling in a favor or two if I need to. And at the end of the night, 29 other men are going night-night, and one man will get his hand raised. One name, 3 syllables, C.
That's so great, guys. I wasn't expecting CM Punk to be calling out Hulk Hogan. Now I want to see Hulk Hogan in the Rumble, just so CM Punk can have his moment to eliminate Hulk Hogan. That is so funny. All right, now I'm glad that I'm watching the international version, because I would have been hella pissed off if I missed out on seeing CM Punk say all of that. So good stuff there. All right, hold on, guys. Let me just do something really quickly here on the back end.
Seth Rollins tonight.
All right, team. All right. Ooh, let's do this. We got one more question here in the Royal Rumble game. So I'll put it up for you guys here. The question is, how many eliminations did Cody Rhodes get in the 2024 Royal Rumble? Go ahead and send in your answers. Oh, everyone says I was also on the regular feed. I can't tell anymore. I can't tell when things are on the regular feed or on the other feed as well.
Prepare. We're always prepared. We are ready to get back into the ring and defend these World Tag Team Championships.
Wow, yeah, I can't even tell anymore, to be honest.
We are going to return.
All right, let me see if anybody's got the numbers so far.
To this division,
no, but oh wait. Actually, yes, Atticus. Atticus had the exact number in 4. Congratulations, Atticus. There were some people that came close with 5, but yeah, number 4 is definitely what we were looking for.
Sounds like you're
all right, so that was our last
next week's title
question.
defense
So
and
now I'm going to go ahead and do the next game that we do will be
LWO,
King Guest
American
Wrestler.
Made,
So
just to name a few.
don't want to cut you off, but,
But right now we're getting the War Raiders.
We aren't looking past anyone. No one on this planet knows how hard it is to capture these championships better than Ivar and I. We had times, both of us were told by medical professionals that we would never wrestle again. And we are here standing as your champions. We have targets on our back because we're the top of the division.
Yeah, see, this was Jay Growl says this one's international only. I can't tell anymore, guys.
Anywhere, there's no one that are going to take these titles from us.
Well, good luck next week. And it sounds like we have more action, so let's send it out to ringside.
All right, we're back on Raw. Let's see what we
Thanks a
got
lot,
next.
Kathy. War Raiders, tremendous tag team champions.
Oh, next up is the Pure Fusion Collective versus who are they fighting again? Oh yeah, Damage Control. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay. Pure Fusion Collective versus Damage Control. Let's see what we get out of this one. All right, in the meantime, while we get entrances, let me go ahead and play some games then with everybody so y'all won't. Let's see. Where is that? All right, here we go. Guess the wrestler based off of the picture that I am showing you guys. Let's start with this one. Who is this? Guess the wrestler. Yatik, Pure Fried Chicken. I would love Pure Fried Chicken right now. John Taylor says, you also share a birthday with my dad, May 18th. Dude, that's probably why we get along. I'm like, because I probably remind you a little bit. I don't know. Do I have any qualities that your dad has? Maybe we share some of the same personality traits. Because I really do believe in that, by the way. Like people that are born on certain dates or like are certain signs, like if you're a Taurus or a Sagittarius or whatever you are, you're similar to those people. Thank you, John. All right, let's see. I'm looking to see who got the answer. And the first person I see here with the answer is Larice Johnson with Liv Morgan. Chris Robinson also got it. And here's the full picture, by the way. Chris Robinson got it. Nick Blues, Manuel, Raphael Smith, Tiger Claw, Infamous Raider Loco, Andrea Price, Chris, Charles, and Leo, and Zune Popular, and let's see who else. Trauma 333 and Raphael Smith. Robert also got that one, and several others. Let me do another one.
And meanwhile,
let me see. All right, what about this one? Who is this?
Pure Fusion Collective, Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark. We'll team up.
I want those pink socks, by the way. I need to get me some pink
tonight
socks.
Japanese
Although they also kind of look a little bit like leg warmers, but they're totally pink socks. And yes, if you guessed the Yeet Man, Jey Uso, you are definitely right on this one. That is Jay. Austin Wright, Zune Popular, Ray Bevis, Atticus, Love for Boots, Nick the Creator, Manuel, Future King, Chris, J Zero got that. Infamous Raider Loco, Zay Cruz, Love for Boots, Larice Johnson, Yatik, Armand, Big J, Super Pro, and several others. Good job, everyone. All right. And I believe the match should be starting any minute now, so I'll put a pause on this game and get to the wrestling.
For that, you can blame Pure Fusion Collective.
Yeah, this was last month on Raw. You hear a screaming Kyrie.
Oh, I don't remember this.
Oh,
yes, when they wrote off Kyrie.
From this trio shows no sign of slowing down.
Yeah, Kyrie Sane suffering a hand injury.
All right. Also, guys, a friendly reminder again, if you are on Instagram, please, Chris has been working so hard getting all of these clips up. There's a total of 6 clips up right now on the Instagram channel, Instagram page, excuse me. Head on over to @_Denise Salcedo. Slap a like on one or all of these. So hopefully we can get some more traction on the clips and whatnot, help the page grow. So please, if you have the chance, head on over to my page @_Denise Salcedo and slap some love in there.
Rounds of that tournament on that run to the final. In the first round, Shayna Baszler in a triple threat match. And then in the semi-final, Zoe Stark. So a little bit of vengeance there from
Dakota. Stacks up Shayna and a kick out.
Dakota Kai, but man, it will be a glorious win tonight
for damage control in honor.
All right, let's see what we get out of this match here.
Sonya Deville, the mastermind of this group, looking on. You know, interesting history between all these women. Zoe Stark was once a tag team champion at NXT with Io Sky.
Josh Joseph says, Denise, I still don't know how you do it. Watch wrestling every single day. I was as consistent as you. I mean, it's a little bit easier when you're like doing it full time, because then it's like always on your mind.
She's better than you.
And I kind of got a routine now, you know? Got a routine down. This week was a little bit different than other rates, though, because of all the extra shows that I did. Primarily Collision and Genesis were those extra shows that I did. And then the Royal Rumble trivia stream on Thursday. Those were all extra. This week won't be as heavy as last week, but no, I have a good time, honestly. I really do. I really do. I actually get sad when I don't get to do like watch-alongs or streams or things like that. So I do like hopping on and, you know, chatting with everybody and whatnot. Yesterday was cool, too, because the TNA Genesis brought in a bunch of new viewers. Like a lot of people that I don't normally see were hopping on yesterday, and I was like, oh wow, I was not expecting any of that. I was very thrilled to see a lot of new faces too coming in for the Genesis stream. I thought that was very interesting. We got John Taylor here who says, you're exactly like my sister. I even told Sarah that's why we get along so well. Also, my dad worked at CSUF, so yeah, some crazy connections. Wow, so your dad went to the school that I graduated at, or works at the school that I graduated at. And no, I'm exactly like your sister. That's amazing. That's so amazing. I figured there'd have to be something there with the birthday. With the same birthday. Me and my grandpa share the same birthday. We're exactly the same. I have my grandpa's personality down to a T. We're very, very similar. Very. Even my grandma hates it because we tend to gang up on her. Like, I will always side with my grandpa in arguments. And my grandma's like, it's because you guys are the same. She gets so salty about it. She's like, Denise always sides with her grandpa. She never sides with me. It's so funny. John, thank you so much, man.
Continues to put the pressure on Dakota Kai.
Thank you so much, Sarah, for the love. Thank you.
Leave a little something on an opponent after
Cole says, I really enjoyed the trivia, the Kahoot game. Oh, yay. I'm so glad to hear that. Oh, yes. Dan Rocha here says, what did you think of TNA Genesis? Honestly, I had a good time with the show. I loved the Rosemary match with Masha Slamovich. I loved Mike Santana and Josh Alexander. I had a good time with Jordan Grace and Tessa's match. I love seeing Joe Hendry have his moments. I liked Moose and Ace Austin. I love the pacing of the show. Actually, I didn't mention that yesterday. At least I don't think I did. That was one of my favorite shows in terms of pacing, because they just got to every match so freaking fast. Like, I didn't feel like I had time to get tired, because before I knew it, we were already on to the next match. And I thought they kept it was easy for me to keep my energy for the show because of the pacing of it. Like, I couldn't get tired. And obviously, sometimes, like, no matter how good a show is, sometimes you do get a little tired if the pacing isn't right, or if you're only excited for certain matches, sometimes that'll ruin the pacing of the show, because then you have to get through matches that you don't really care about as much. But I didn't feel that way with Genesis, and also I wasn't very familiar with the storylines at all, because I haven't been watching the TNA on a weekly basis. So I kind of felt like, you know, the new kid in town. So I think that also helped my experience, though, because I didn't know what to expect. So everything was kind of a surprise to me.
Looked like he was going to go for the moonsault. Sonya Deville caused the distraction. Dakota Kai made her.
Yeah, and then we got to see Cora Jade. She appeared, confronted Masha Slamovich. That was cool. And yeah, Tiger Claw says I'm a Taurus like The Rock. Much to my disappointment, we do not share the same bank account. Yeah, much to I think all of our disappointments. Honestly, I think we'd all love to share bank accounts with The Rock.
Io kicks it too.
All right, we got John Taylor here who says my dad worked there in facilities probably when you attended. He worked at CSUF from 1999 to 2015, and my sister is a month older than you, April 1992. So
Shayna Baszler looking to put this one away. Baszler
2015
catches her, stacks her up again.
Yes.
Dakota Kai breaks
No.
things up, a little bit of payback.
Yes, I was there during this year. Sorry, I was trying to think. I was confusing my years. I was like, wait, what year did I go? Yes, I was there when your dad worked in facilities because I was there from 2010 through 2014. So that's when I was at Cal State Fullerton. So yeah, so he was there the whole time that I was there. Oh, that's so cool. I miss my college days. I'm jealous of anybody who's in college right now. If anybody here is in college right now, I'm jealous of you. I love those days. I really, really do. I really miss it. And it looks like Io's about to get this win for her team. Pretty quick match, but I'm glad they kept it short. This one didn't need to really be so long. I love Io's reaction. She's acting like she just won the biggest match of her life. It's great. Thank you, John. Thank you, Double S. He says we need 17 more likes for 200. Woo! If you guys haven't hit that like button, please do. We're almost at 200 likes.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, now we will turn our attention to what happened Saturday night, just down I-35 in San Antonio, Texas. It is Saturday night's main event.
Oh, that little riverbank area is so nice in San Antonio. I had dinner there. And then I got to see like a little bit of the Riverwalk. I didn't see as much as I wanted to though. Zay Cruz says Io always reacts like she's fighting from underneath all the time. Yeah, seriously. Yeah.
How about alpha males colliding? What about Strowman and Jacob?
Ray Bevis says I really want Io to win the Rumble. BTW, if you guys haven't yet checked out that video where I tried to predict every single entrance into the Women's Rumble, please check that out. That one's doing really good. It's got 12,000 views right now. I would really love it if we could get to 20K by the time we get to the Rumble. So if you guys want to check that video out, please do. Please do.
And Gunther stopped laughing at Jey Uso earlier tonight when he
the men's one didn't do as good as the women one, but it's still at like 7.5. So if I can get that one to 10K, that'd be great. So go over there, check out those videos, give them some love, and hopefully, you know, YouTube algorithm gives them a little bit more love too. Cole says, did you get a silver YouTube button for 100K subs? I did. I definitely did. I should probably display it, but it's actually in an area where you can't see it, but I can see it. But yes, it is up. It is up here, and it motivates me every single time for sure. Thank you, Cole. Thank you, Dan. He says, yeah, I noticed the fast pace and I'm a newbie to TNA too, but I guess with the WWE TNA partnership, I'll tune in more. I think that's what gave the show a lot of hype. Like even Triple H promoting the show, like that was a really big thing for TNA to have, you know, Triple H tweeting about TNA Genesis, like all of that stuff really goes a long way and really helps out with the partnership and whatnot. So, yeah, I feel like it's definitely something that is important.
This dude has been needling me for months. I remember the last time we
John Taylor, I just got your DM. Why would they put a picture of someone getting arrested as that? That's so wild. Oh my gosh, I don't understand the world anymore. Ender Bugley says, did you put your YouTube button in the Taylor Swift shrine? No, actually the YouTube button is right next to like my big giant calendar that I have on the wall. And then the Taylor Swift shrine is right next to that, like on the corner. Taylor Swift shrine is, by the way, I'm running out of space. Like I have so much Taylor Swift stuff. I have to tell myself, don't buy no more because you don't have space, girl. Like I don't have space. I might need a separate room for my Taylor Swift stuff. Okay, I'm not there yet, of course, but I'm exaggerating. But you know, but I do have a lot of Taylor Swift stuff. Karenga Snowden says, it's a mirror. Does Pure Fusion Collective sound like the name of a car garage? Yes, I'm gonna go get my car fixed at the Pure Fusion Collective. They're gonna fix my bumper over at the Pure Fusion Collective. I need to get an oil check. Yeah, I'm gonna go down the street to the Pure Fusion Collective. That's so funny. Tiger Claw says you're gonna have to get a Taylor Swift garage. Yeah, for real. Dia says, did you like Collision this past Saturday? It wasn't bad. It was a decent show. Primarily because of that Daniels Hangman death match that they did. That was fun. I also liked the women's match. I enjoyed the women's match a whole lot. I felt like I think Ishii got hurt in the match with Okada, so that's probably why that one ended up going the way that it did. And then what else? Yeah, I would probably say those are my highlights, though. The women's match and the Hangman Daniels match. Those were very fun. All right, guys, we are getting into the main event. So it's looking like the show will also finish at around the same time that it did last week, which is 7:30. Mike C says I'm a mechanic. That doesn't sound right. I'm going to go to Mike's Pure Fusion Collective to go get my oil change. All right, we are in a simple little commercial break, so let me play the game with everybody in the meantime. Let's see. Guess the wrestler, everyone. Here we go. Here is the next one. Who is this? Hey, Janica, thank you so much for hopping into the stream. I love for Busset. Are you ready for your husband to face Bron? 2 of your viral videos are going to head-to-head. Dude, I didn't even realize that. Oh, shit, you're right. Both Bron and Jacob Fatu have given me some viral interviews. Yep, you're so right. I'm really looking forward to that match. And yes, the answer, by the way, if you guessed Chelsea Green for this one, you are correct. Chelsea Green is the answer. Infamous Raider Local got that. Zoom Popular, Chris Holsinger, Andrea Price, Nick Blues, Stuart Bridgman, Keon Davis, and several others. So let's get to the next one. Let's do... Oh, here's a fun one. Who is this? All right, and some people got it already. Don the Visionary got it. It is Tiffany Stratton. So did Nick the Creator. Let me put up the actual picture here. That is the actual picture that I took it from. It seems like a lot of people knew this one. Don, John, Big G, Joe, Larice, Chris, Nick Blues, Chris Robinson, Zay Cruz, Stuart Bridgman, Tiger Claw Gaming, Andrew Buckley, Andrea Price, Zoom Popular, Hassan Terrell, Cube Flame, good stuff. Everyone, a lot of people got this one. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's do this one. Can you guess who this is?
Show with Drew McIntyre.
Pay attention to the details.
I wouldn't know. I stopped him from getting.
Got it.
Do your research, Mr. Journalist.
I didn't think he was happy with you either.
We've kissed and made up. Well, we didn't kiss. We made up. Metaphorically kissed.
Okay, so far I haven't seen anyone with the answers.
Yeah, don't look at me like that. Oh.
Nope, it is not Corey Graves, by the way, and it's not The Miz. It's not Paul Heyman.
With McIntyre.
It's not Gunther.
Up next here
oh, somebody got it. Don the Visionary, you are extraordinary at this game. Finn Balor is the answer we were looking for. Don the Visionary got it, and so did Adam Diaz and Rox Thompson. Good job, man. Oh, they're doing the commercial for the Cosm. I really want to go to the Cosm to watch wrestling, but all right. There you go. Good job. Let's do another one. Who is, let's see, who is this? This one feels like it can be easy, but you never know. Van Housen Van Life is like, I'm terrible at this game. Love for Boo says, didn't realize Finn had a hand tat. Yeah, huh? Like sometimes when you're looking closely, like you start to realize certain things you might miss. All right, yes, the answer we're looking for this one, by the way, is Bianca Belair. Don the Visionary had that. Joseph Boza, Zoom Popular, Nick Blues, Karenga, Andrea Price, and Teresa Kelly, Maurice Johnson, Andrew Buckley, Hassan,
Priest.
and Super Fro and Chris and Steve OJ. All right, but we're back on the show now, so I will put a pause on these games. Friendly reminder, guy, that after the watch along, this is gonna turn into a podcast. And Santi will be joining me, and we'll be running down Raw, sharing our thoughts. It'll be a good time, so I hope that you guys will chill and hang out and have a good time. All right, we got Hulk076 that says, I can't do this game. Are you bad at it? Why? Hey, Cruz says, do you have to get tickets to go to the Cosm? Yes. You have to go to the website, and I think you have to like buy the tickets ahead of time, especially if it's something popular. You don't want to risk the chance of missing out of like the tickets being sold out. And I'm pretty sure you probably are going to have to reserve your seats too. So if you're planning on doing that, if you're based in LA or in Dallas, because that's the Cosm locations, then I would get on that fast because, yeah, although, Dallas is doing a showing for the Rumble. I don't think LA is. I think LA is not doing a Cosm showing until the Elimination Chamber. But double check if you're in LA on the Cosm's website. Adam Diaz says, how do you become a member of this channel? So in order to become a member, there is a join button. So you know where you click subscribe? Right next to it is a button that says join. And if you click on the button that says join, you will follow a prompt, and it'll tell you how to become a member. So it's the join button, and then you follow the prompt. Thank you, Adam. Cube Flame says, what is a Cosm? So the Cosm is this basically, it's a place where you go and you can watch football games, Cirque du Soleil, pro wrestling apparently now, and it's this big giant screen, right? And it's the way that it's shaped and with the surround sound and everything, it basically makes you feel like you are in it, like you are like first row at whatever it is that you're watching, and it's very, very cool. The screens are huge, so it feels like this big immersive experience. I've never been, but my esthetician told me that she had the best freaking time. She had actually recommended it to me, and I was gonna go based off of her recommendation. And then when WWE announced, hey, we're gonna do a partnership with the Cosm, I'm like, oh wow, that's sick. And the Cosm is like right next to like where SoFi and Into a Dome and all those places are at. It's like somewhere around there.
Freaking Rollins, he won the championship. What he couldn't focus on was after the match when
yes, M. Durrett says it looks like a spear inside. It's very, very cool from the pictures that I've seen.
Well, after McIntyre mouthed off to him, McIntyre's title reign at WrestleMania lasted as long as the TikTok ban.
Oh, they mentioned the TikTok ban.
Said he's 100%.
Also, guys, the CM Punk clip is up right now on my channel. Go give it some love. And there's about there's seven clips now posted by Chris. Thank you so much to Chris over on my Instagram account. Go drop some like buttons. Go hit that like button if you guys can or want.
He walked out of the ring a couple of weeks ago, got in Solo's face.
Yatik says, sounds like some good vlog content. Yeah, for reals, right? I will get to it at some point. Drew versus Seth right now, by the way, WrestleMania rematch. Main event of Raw.
Oh, and a chop by McIntyre.
Tiger Claw, the referee annoys me. Why is this referee annoying you?
Seth told me.
Great, now I'm noticing the referee. Why'd you do this to me, Tiger Claw? I usually don't pay attention to the referee. A good referee, you don't notice that he's there, by the way. Because if you notice the referee is there, it kind of takes away from what they're doing in the ring. I think a good referee is when you don't notice.
In the main event against McIntyre.
And you're okay with that, but when Drew McIntyre suffered the worst.
Malachi says, what do you got for this match?
You have a big problem on this.
Yeah, but Seth blamed himself.
I want to see Drew win, but I think Seth might.
That's all McIntyre does is blame other people.
I really like Seth and Drew, but I'm a little bit bigger of it. I'm a bigger Drew McIntyre fan, though. Tiger Claw says it's the spray tan. Oh, okay. I figured it'd be the spray tan. I had a feeling.
A mountain to climb against 270 pounds of snarling Scotsman.
You know, Wade, both of these men have declared for the Royal Rumble match a week from Saturday in Indianapolis. Both of these men have won Royal Rumble matches. Drew McIntyre winning in 2020. Last year, he was eliminated by CM Punk in the Rumble match. Seth Rollins won the Rumble.
Yeah, I agree with you, Chris
2019.
Robinson says Drew is due for a win. Yeah, I feel like he's been taking
favorites
too many L's. I feel you on that.
Cleared to the outside by Seth Rollins with the wind in his sails.
And Rollins drives McIntyre right to the announce table. Seth Rollins now measuring his man.
Sir Wedgie says, imagine the stream inside the Cosm. I don't know if I'd be allowed to do that, to be honest. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the rules are. I'll try, but I don't know. Imagine I like log in, do the stream, and they like kick me out. Streamer gets kicked out of the Cosm for streaming a show. That's so funny. All right, we're going on a little bit of a break here. So let's continue the game in the meantime. And you guys can hear the audio of the match because that'll be going in the background.
For Seth Rollins here. McIntyre with
all right, in the meantime, who is this?
Yeah, be careful. Watch your words very closely right now, Michael Cole. Less of the H word, hypocrite, around Drew McIntyre.
Rollins trying to drag himself back to his seat.
All right, I'm waiting for the answers. And it looks like we got the answer already. By the way, the answer we were looking for is Roman Reigns. Let's see who got that. Infamous Raider Loco got that. Andrea Price got that. And Larice Johnson. And Tanisha Hicks. And Nick Blues. Nick Blues. Those are pretty much the ones who got it. All right, good job. And let me keep it moving.
Body of Seth freaking Rollins.
I wish we could say the same about
who is this?
Boxes. And McIntyre now staring down at Rollins.
Stalking his prey at this point. This is the pace McIntyre likes, in full control. Seth Rollins is not going to give up without a fight.
Thank you so much to Raphael Smith, by the way, says I pressed 7 like buttons on your Instagram page a few minutes ago. Yes, thank you so much. All right, let's see. I'm waiting for the answer here, and it looks like someone got it. Where'd you go? It was Nick Blues. Braun Strowman. That is the answer we were looking for. Braun Strowman. Let's see. All right, good job. You guessed Braun Strowman. Good job. Let's do another one. There's an easy one. Who is this?
McIntyre just mocking the WWE fans and Rollins.
Yes, I knew everyone would get this one. Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill looking fabulous. Don got that. Austin got that. Karenga, Infamous, John, Desi Baby, Christopher Marino, Chris Holsinger, Andrea. Big G's like I had the wrong Braun. I saw that. I'm like, I can't count that. That's the other Braun. Teresa Kelly, Tracy, Malachi, Nick Blue, Van Housen, Van Life, and let's see, Adam Diaz, Taylor Cannon, Tanisha Hicks, Ender Buckley, Larice Johnson, Dan Rocha. All of you guys had it. Good job.
Most of the talking to me.
So here's the problem. Anytime people are around you, they just get naturally
all right, I think we're.
You have that
I don't think we think. Are you guys still on commercial? Oh, nope. We're coming back now. Okay, here we go. Now we're coming back for the official version. The official version, I guess, is what I would call it. I don't know.
Yeah, what an epic matchup we're seeing here.
Tiger Claw Gaming says, I only ever noticed Jade's abs. You're wilded. That's funny.
You're too damn selfish, aren't you? You're so
Oh, Dr. J Merritt. Yes. Live time back at the top corner. Yes. Oh, you're so smart. No, I should look at that. I didn't even realize that I was turning off on and on. For like the international version and the American version. Or the non-ads version and the ads version. I'm going to pay more attention to that. Because that'll definitely help out. Because I can't tell. I'm like, I don't know what you guys or seen or
McIntyre is
not
pulling
seen
down Roman
anymore.
Reigns' power structures that he surrounds himself with. That's the point. Taking down the bloodline one by one.
With the Alabama slam.
Oh!
And Rollins able to roll through now for the win. Cover kick out at 2.
Victory roll there from Seth Rollins was almost catastrophic, coming down close to smashing his head on the mat. But now with that drop in McIntyre, finally an opportunity perhaps to recover for the Architect.
Both men are down. We talked about Rollins.
I like how they were keeping all of the action going in picture, and the second we come back to the broadcast, they're down.
McIntyre had a rough go of it as well. The loss to main event Jey
Dr.
Uso.
J. Merritt says, Rose in and out. I only noticed because you asked how you can tell. Yeah, that makes sense, right? Yeah, because I can only tell when they specifically say, hey, we're going to commercial, or hey, we're back from commercial. You know, if not, I have a little bit of a hard time trying to tell like what's being shown on the broadcast and what's not being shown on the broadcast.
In tribal combat, McIntyre's head was not in the game after that.
Very aggressive and vicious. Seth Rollins on more than one occasion tonight, taking the fight to McIntyre.
It's the only way you can fight McIntyre. You simply have to take the physical game to him. You give McIntyre an inch, he's going to take a mile, and Rollins knows that.
Well, he's also trying to rinse the bad taste out of his mouth of that loss to Punk. And now McIntyre, the powerhouse, catching Rollins, lifting him up.
Oh.
Went for the vertical suplex. Seth landed on his feet and drives McIntyre shoulder first.
This is
one of the great
Seth Rollins' second time main eventing Raw on Netflix now, right?
Too much.
Oh, and again. Again, just disdain between these two men. A long-time rivalry.
McIntyre so big, so strong. It takes so much to
do it again.
Massive frame, but it would appear
Double S
there is a
says
chink in
plot
the
twist.
armor
Denise
of
was
Drew
Jade's
McIntyre
attacker.
now
Oh
being
yeah.
exposed
I don't know
by
how to tell you this,
Rollins.
Double S, but
Rollins
I
working on the
cannot
left
take
arm
on
of
Jade.
McIntyre.
Jade would kill me.
Referee
She
Rod
would,
Zapato right there, checking
like,
on
literally
McIntyre.
woman
Rollins from the
handle
apron.
me.
Leaps
She
off
could
the top
spin me
rope.
around
Knee caught
and
him.
throw my ass
Straight to the
like a
temple,
frisbee.
drops McIntyre to his knees.
And Rollins with another knee. Down goes McIntyre. Covered now by Seth for the win. On Drew, kick out 2.
Yes. Expert precision there from Seth freaking Rollins. Couple of bullseyes to the temple of McIntyre.
We got Charles here who says, I love that
McIntyre looking
WWE
like a
Raw
wreck.
is over 2 hours. It definitely gives wrestling matches more on TV. Yeah, it's so much nicer, guys. It's nice to do
McIntyre
2.5
away here.
hours. Like,
Again,
SmackDown right
going
now
to
at 3 hours
launch
is
himself,
killing me.
springboard off the top
I think
rope.
3 hours
Senton,
SmackDown is
covered by
too
McIntyre.
long.
Rollins pulling out all the stops tonight and still can't put him away.
Yeah, and you've got to notice that Seth freaking Rollins, one of the most popular superstars we have these days. But face facts, there is still that hard-edged, cutthroat assassin.
By the way, I've been
living
posting daily
inside
videos
Seth
here on the
freaking
channel. So
Rollins, and it
if
comes
you guys
out to
haven't
play
taken a look
on
at today's
nights like
video,
this.
I did a tier ranking. If you are an AEW fan, I tier ranked every single AEW roster member in alphabetical order. So you guys can check that video out. And also, if you would like to see me do a tier ranking of like Raw superstars or SmackDown superstars or NXT superstars, please let me know in the comments of that video so that I can see what people want to see, if they even like those kinds of videos. I do what the people want. Big G says 2.5 hours is the sweet spot. It's so much better. God, 30 minutes less makes such a difference.
Rollins was going for his patented Falcon Arrow, and McIntyre countered into the Michinoku driver.
While so few superstars can bounce back like that, McIntyre did it. He just built a different stuff. Take another look, a different angle on this one.
Larice Johnson says, do you think Jade will appear on NXT and find out who attacked her? Ask Naomi and Bianca. I have a feeling it might happen at the Rumble. That's kind of where I'm expecting it, the Rumble. But I could be wrong.
Nothing more demoralizing in the deep water than seeing your opponent pull out something like that, especially when he's as huge as Drew McIntyre.
McIntyre may have Rollins where he wants him. Rollins may be going to Claymore country. Nobody home. Rollins ducked underneath the Claymore.
Well, McIntyre just gave it a beat too long. You can't do that with Seth freaking Rollins.
Rollins was looking for the stomp, and he ran into a spine buster. Jackknife cover by McIntyre. Kick out by Rollins.
Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna decide who goes over for this one. You can make cases for both Drew and Seth, but yeah, I'm leaning more towards Drew. But I think they will give it to Seth, especially since he had that loss from CM Punk, so they might feel like he needs a win back. But so did Drew. Drew also needs some wins. So, like I said, you can make a case for both guys.
Cover now. Went for the kick out at 2.
That was a lazy kick out by McIntyre. Lazy because there's almost nothing left in the tank of the big Scotsman.
And again, watch this. Seth Rollins turning this into the Falcon Arrow. And almost picked up the win.
Hey, Jay-Zo, thank you so much for hopping into the stream. Hope you're doing all right.
It was a light cover from Rollins, who has had the stuffing knocked out of him.
Cube Flanks predicts a DQ. I can see that, yeah.
Would have got the job done, but there wasn't enough left in Rollins to get that in.
It is our main event tonight.
Desi Baby predicts, I feel like Drew is going to SmackDown, so I can see him losing to Seth. I feel ya. Mer says, thanks for keeping me updated while I make a quick Taco Bell run, Denise. Yeah, get your Taco Bell. Enjoy your Taco Bell, man.
Kick to the midsection.
I love Taco Bell. I wish they loved me back. I wish Taco Bell loved me back and sponsored this video. But I don't know. I gotta go. I gotta go show my love to Taco Bell a little bit more. I gotta be more vocal about it on like social media.
Look at the impact here. What has been a slugfest between these two men.
I'm just gonna tweet Taco Bell every day. At Taco Bell, I love you. Maybe I'll get somewhere.
Can he put this one to bed?
McIntyre going to head up now to the top rope. High risk for the big man.
Really imagine the pain racking these two bodies.
McIntyre caught by Rollins. Rollins focused in on the injured arm. McIntyre, though, able to counter. Rollins counters as well. Seth now trying to wrestle. Drew to the mat, perhaps looking for an armbar. Again, focusing on the injured shoulder. Rollins now going to lock it in. Look at this.
Crossface applied, center of the ring. McIntyre a million miles from the ropes, even with the elongated limbs of the big Scotsman.
And he's got the bad arm trapped in the legs. Rollins trying to get McIntyre to tap out here.
So technically astute is Rollins, knows exactly where to apply the pressure, knows where the leverage needs to go, and Drew's fading.
McIntyre trying to jag himself to the bottom rope and force a break here. Can he do it? Drew McIntyre's almost there. McIntyre grabs the rope and forces the break.
The strength of McIntyre had to come to the fore there. Rollins thought he had him exactly where he wanted him.
There is so much hair in this match. I'm like, both Drew and Seth are wilding right now with their looks. They both got the big hair all over the place. That's literally what I was thinking about right now. I'm like, there's hair everywhere.
Seth Rollins is just possessed tonight.
Seth got poked in the eye there by McIntyre.
And McIntyre, future shock DDT. Used the official. I think he went to the eye or actually pulled the hair. Rollins kicks out. McIntyre used the distraction of the official. Grabbed Rollins by the hair, hit the future shock DDT, but Rollins somehow was able to kick out.
Either the hair or the eye, but either way, McIntyre knew exactly what he had to do when that referee was not looking. Took a cheap shot.
Drew looks like he's really upset right now.
He needed it most.
McIntyre trying to figure out what he needs to do.
He looks disgusted. He's like looking up at the heavens.
All over the frame of McIntyre, all over his face. Imagine the hell that man's body is going through right now, but the drive is still there to grab victory.
You do self. You run your mouth. The words and actions don't line up.
Another wicked clothesline by McIntyre.
Looks like Seth Rollins is out of answers here.
All right, we've officially crossed over the 2-hour and 30-minute mark of the show.
On another one, Rollins.
Both men's energy spent. This has turned points into a mid-match debate between these two men. Malignant thoughts boiling to the surface.
Seems like Drew's taking his time here with Seth.
Lock in his eye.
Come on, Drew, you got to get the job done, bro. Get in there.
Went for it again.
See, he gave Seth Rollins way too much time.
Shoulders are down.
Oh my God, Drew. That was all you, bro. You took too long to get to Seth.
Drew McIntyre in shock now, attacking Rollins.
Oh, there's Drew getting his heat back.
McIntyre and Drew is blowing a gas.
He chased out the referee. He looks so scared of Drew.
Seth Rollins picked his spot, pounced.
That was great.
Pulled out the W.
But yeah, Drew, bro. You took too long. Seth capitalized on that.
And now Rollins trying to fight back against Drew, but a Claymore.
You got to get Drew some W's. But yeah, I had a feeling they were going to have Seth win this one.
Is upset, humiliated, got caught by Rollins.
Poor Drew.
And again, this bit of a mini downward spiral continues for McIntyre.
Well, all the trauma of the past 2.5 years have conspired to create an anger prison inside the heart of Drew McIntyre. And right now, the inmates in that prison are escaping.
Yeah. Drew McIntyre. Do not do that. Look at a damage, looking to destroy.
Let's see what he's going to do to
Rollins'
Seth.
career
Is he
here.
about to claymore him right into that?
Meanwhile, Sami
Oh,
Zayn,
there's Sami
Zayn
stopping him
coming to
from.
the aid
Yeah, I
of
was about to
Seth
say he's going to like murder Seth
and Zayn
Rollins
with
if he were to do
pointed
that.
Conversation earlier tonight, and Sami Zayn making sure that McIntyre didn't injure Rollins here.
Hey, you're all right, you're good. You good? Wow.
Brave man who gets in the way of Drew McIntyre right now.
Yeah, Zayn and McIntyre, that's right. Right as well, let's go kiss by McIntyre.
And McIntyre, who's just been competing for about the past 25 minutes.
Oh, goodness.
At the highest level possible.
All right, so now Drew's just pretty much going after both Sami and now he's going back to Seth. He's really upset about this loss, which he should be, by the
This
way.
is going to be bad news for Seth. Seth has no idea where he is.
We should be on the same page, the same team. You're so selfish. You're so
Oh no! Sami accidentally got the haluva kick on Seth. He was going for Drew, but Drew moved. No. This always happens to Sami. I feel like this happens to him a bunch. Drew's like, I prayed for times like this, and it happened. That's the face he has. I prayed for times like this, and it happened.
He's already in a bad place, and he was just kicked in the face by his friend.
Oh no, buddy. What a way to, oh, Seth looks irritated.
Listen, hey.
All right, that was the end of Raw. Let me disconnect it. Hold on one second. Don't go anywhere. Me and Santi are going to be doing our post show in about a second here. But before we get to our post show with Santi, I have to what do you call it? Let me get our super chat right here from John Taylor, who says, maybe you could send your husband to Taco Bell HQ for some motivation. Tanid loves you, Taco Bell. Get some Taco Bell dishes going at my house would be phenomenal. But one can only dream. One can only dream. Thank you so much, John Taylor. I appreciate your support. And you know who else's support I definitely appreciate? I appreciate the support from BetterHelp. Everyday life can be stressful. We get caught up in adulting, going through the motions. Sometimes we get stuck in a rut. Sometimes we get sad, and sometimes we're lonely and just need somebody to talk to. We all have our personal struggles, and sometimes it's better to ask for help and talk to a therapist. This video is sponsored by BetterHelp. If you're curious about speaking to a therapist, I recently learned of BetterHelp, and instantly I was impressed by how it worked. BetterHelp is fully online, making therapy more comfortable and convenient. You start by filling out a questionnaire, and you will be matched with a therapist in as little as a couple of days. A therapist can help you by helping you address grief for past versions of yourself or life phases, help you process feelings of loneliness, and more. Connect with a therapist from BetterHelp's diverse network of 30,000 plus licensed professionals with a wide range of specialties and backgrounds. Easily switch therapists anytime at no extra cost if it's not the right fit. They carefully make sure therapists on the platform are well qualified, and their customer support team is there to help you if you have any questions. With over 7,000 reviews and a 4.5 rating on Trustpilot, BetterHelp is a platform you can trust. If you're struggling, consider therapy with our sponsor. Go to betterhelp.com/Denise Salcedo for a 10% off discount on your first month of therapy. The link is also in the description box of this video. Alrighty, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us here today. I'm just waiting for Santi, and as soon as he comes in, we'll go ahead and start the post show. And we'll get right into what went down on Monday Night Raw. But while we wait for Santi, of course, you guys just saw the ad for BetterHelp. If that, convinced you, I would definitely check out BetterHelp. I'm using BetterHelp myself too. I've done the questionnaire. I'm in the process of getting linked up with somebody because, of course, it's important to talk to people whenever you feel that you need some help. So feel free to check out BetterHelp. You can check out the link in the description box below of this video. So there's a lot to get into. So I can't wait for Santi to come in here so that we could go ahead and dive right in, because this was a fun episode of Raw, a good solid follow-up. Of course, we're in week 3 now of Monday Night Raw. So we are starting to get a little bit deeper into these newer storylines that we've been seeing develop during the Netflix era of Raw. Also, while you're here and while we wait, just a friendly reminder, if you guys haven't already, click that subscribe button. I'm en route to 200,000 subscribers here. I'm trying super hard to get there. I've been publishing content every single day. I've been streaming nonstop, trying to get to that 200,000 number. It's very, very difficult. I'm still 3,300 and so away from hitting that goal. So if you are here and you do like what you see in the content that you're seeing, subscribe, join the family. I posted a brand new video today, tier ranking every single AEW roster member. Very fun video. I've never done a video like that before. So check that one out. And then also the men's and the women's Royal Rumble predictions video. I tried to predict each and every single entrant into both the men's and the women's. I did separate videos for those. So you can check those ones out as well. That would be phenomenal if you guys did. I'm trying to get that women's one to hit 20K, and I'm trying to get the men's one to hit 10K. The women's one just did like a million times better than the men's. I don't know if that means people are more interested in the women's Rumble. I have no idea, but I mean, the women did absolutely kill it last year for the Rumble. So I wouldn't be surprised if people are maybe just a little bit more interested in the women's Rumble than the men's Rumble. So yeah. All right. In the meantime, let me go ahead and read some of your guys' comments. Let me know what you guys thought of Raw. I'm going to go ahead and pull up some of these while I wait for Santi to join. Let's see what we got here. Yes, agree with John Deller. He says, subscribe. You won't regret it. Please do, guys. I'm trying to get to that 200K. Once I get to 200K, I can celebrate. And then for like a minute, because I really do want to hit a big, giant goal of mine at the end of the year is to hit 300K on YouTube. But it's a very hard task. It's a very hard task to try to do that in a year. But I'm up for the challenge for sure, especially with this being one of WWE's biggest years. I could see it happening, but it's going to require a whole lot. Malachi says, what was your favorite match of the whole show? I feel like it definitely had to be let me think about that. I love what we saw today with Penta and Pete Dunne. I thought that was very fun. But I did like, though, what we saw also with the main event. I thought the main event was pretty fun, too. And here we go, guys. We got Santi in here, so I'll put a pin on that. Santi, what's up?
Yo, how's it going?
It's going good. Happy Monday. I'm so ready to get into the show. And guess what?
What?
So I finally took your advice.
Okay.
And I was in Canada today.
Oh, what? When did I give you advice to go to Canada?
So today I did the VPN to watch
Oh,
put myself in Toronto, Canada.
better. It's better, right? Way more content.
I didn't want to miss out on what was happening in between like the matches and whatnot. So I'm like, all right, let's do this. Like, let me watch the Canadian version or the international version, I should say, or the non-ads version. I'm not even sure what I'm supposed to call it of this Netflix show. So I finally did that today and I got to see a whole lot of it. But anyways, let's get to Raw, everyone. Let's do this.
All right.
What's
so
up, everyone?
Sorry, I ruined it.
Santi ruined it. All right, let's do this. All right, now we got this. You good? We good? We good?
Yeah,
All right.
let's roll.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Speak Now Pro Wrestling. It is Monday, January 20th. We are in the third week of Raw on Netflix. I'm Denise Salcedo and joined by Santi Zap, and we are getting ready to talk about some Raw. But first and foremost, Santi, how are you?
I'm doing great. I have it under good authority now that you have traveled to Canada and have gotten the best available version of Monday Night Raw. So I want to get your immediate thoughts and opinions on that experience, because now you're getting the A-tier experience. Did you like those interviews, those backstage segments that most American audiences tend to miss out on? They even missed JBL's entrance, by the way.
Yeah, they did. Okay, so here's the big thoughts that I had during this was, first of all, I kind of struggled at certain parts where I didn't know what parts I was getting as a bonus and what parts everybody was getting. Like, there were certain times where I can tell. Obviously, when commentary says, hey, we're going to commercial, then I know for a fact, all right, we're going to commercial and this is a bonus, whatever it is that I get. But there were some moments like the CM Punk promo. I didn't realize that that was for everybody. I thought that was just for the version that I was watching. So I did have those like hiccup moments where I couldn't necessarily tell for sure. But dude, the show flew by for me. And a lot of it can be because, you know, it's not a 3-hour show, but it flew by. Like, I didn't look up at the clock until I think the final 30 minutes of the show. I looked up and it was like 25 minutes till the end of the show. And I hadn't looked at the clock at any other point throughout the entire time. So I liked it. I think I'm going to keep it with this version just because it makes it so much more easier, and you don't miss the stuff in the between the matches, and you get to have all of these additional promos. And there's people that are doing promos that you don't always see them cut promos every week.
Yeah, we had like Ludwig Kaiser cutting a full-on promo. We had a weird Karrion Kross promo. But yeah, no, I'm glad that you got to experience this, because I do think it's the best way to experience the show. As a content creator, somebody that does live reactions, the one downside is that like I can't find a bathroom break, because when you would go to the bathroom, commercials, I don't have any. There's always stuff going on.
You know what the trick to that is, right, Santi? You just can't go to the bathroom. That's it. That's the only trick.
I thought you were going to say you go during the Karrion Kross interviews, because I know you hate them.
Oh, man, I talked all over that. I was like, I don't even care. I'm just going to talk all over that. No, I feel bad. But hey, I'm sorry. I had to find some time to like, because for me, usually the commercials is where like I try to like have a little bit more conversation with people, have some more fun, all of that. But I was struggling trying to find those moments with this version. But again, it flew by faster, so I feel like I'm definitely going to stick to it. But let's get right to it, man. I'm trying to figure out, where should we start on today's show? Because I feel like the first and the second week, it was like, all right, we know exactly what the big thing, the big item, the hot topic of the show was, versus this week, I'm a little bit like, okay, we can sort of go in all of these directions. So how about this? Let's start with CM Punk cutting this promo. He's being interviewed by Jackie Redmond up on the stage. And the big thing that we got from here was he told Sami Zayn he wasn't on his level, which kind of sucked after Sami Zayn said that he was at the top echelon of these guys in WWE. And then CM Punk, the big one, saying that Hulk Hogan could enter the Rumble and he would throw his dusty ass out and kill Hulkamania.
I loved it, but I feel like you missed like the substantial thing that's worth talking about. He mentioned in there that I might have some favors to cash in during the Rumble. So we are still kind of up in the air trying to guess what this favor is. So many people think that it's like getting the number 30th spot. Some people think it's getting into the main event of WrestleMania. Now I'm leaning towards maybe it is getting the 30th spot if he's talking about cashing it in at the Rumble.
But here's the thing, though. Okay, if the thing is, he has the favor, right? He has the favor from Paul Heyman. But can Paul Heyman pull that off to get the 30th spot for CM Punk?
I mean, it's Paul Heyman. He can do whatever he wants, Denise. You know this.
But technically, Paul Heyman doesn't have like power to do that. That would be on, I mean, the GM, unless they do something where they actually bring back the roulette and you get to, you know, spin it and take out the little golf.
And maybe he's got dirt on Adam Pearce. Maybe he's got dirt on Nick Aldis. Maybe we find a way. All right. This is a wheel and dealer. He's going to find a way.
I realize what he might have on Nick Aldis, by the way. He has Nick Aldis's photo in basketball shorts.
I'm going to Google that very quickly right now for my own personal enjoyment.
Nick Aldis would never be caught in basketball shorts, Santi. That's why I said it. He wouldn't be caught in basketball shorts. Dude's
because he's always
fancy attire. Yeah.
I thought it actually existed.
Photo. No.
I was like, so now I have it in my search box. Nick Aldis in basketball shorts. Thanks for that.
Now people are going to be like, why is Santi Googling that? What's going on here?
Anyways.
No, but that's my point, is that he wouldn't be caught dead in basketball shorts. But all right, so you're predicting that maybe he's going to take the number 30th spot.
It's what other favor is there to cash in at the Rumble, you know? Like, I feel like that's the one that makes the most sense. I don't know what else it could possibly be. If it is something that he can cash in at the Rumble, I'm going to lean towards that being it.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of, because what else would he be able to cash in at the Rumble for that? But then at the same time, I don't think that would be the favor that I would want CM Punk to ask of Paul Heyman, right? He's got the one favor. I don't think that one should be it.
It's funny because I remember in the 2000s and in the Attitude Era, like the number 30th is like the thing that everyone always fought for. It was always a big plot device, and it hasn't been a plot device to get number 30 in like the last several, like many Rumbles. I can't remember the last time there was a desire to get number 30 as a plot device. Maybe they bring that back. I don't know. I know there's better favors that you would ask for, right? Like if you have like the one wish, you don't say, hey, can I get a nice delicious meal at Red Lobster? It's like, no, idiot, you wish for 1,000 more wishes, dumbass. That's what you do. So it's not the greatest wish, it's not the greatest favor, but again, I'm just sort of connecting dots that I see. If it's a favor at the Rumble, that's literally the only beneficial thing to ask for.
Right. So now I'm looking at this and I'm so confused, though. I'm so confused because, again, this wasn't the favor that I was initially expecting from CM Punk and what he's going to be asking of Paul Heyman. So I guess we'll find out what that is. But either way, I liked this promo. I like the setting at which they did it with all of the crowd and not having to do everything in the ring. It's little things like this that just add so much more life to the show. One of the things I did notice, by the way, this is kind of a production note, is they didn't do as many drone shots this time as they have the first couple of weeks.
You're right. Actually, I don't recall a drone shot in this one. They were doing it all the time last episode.
Yeah, and they didn't really do that this time. So I don't know what happened there, but I was kind of enjoying them. So we'll see if they end up doing them at all. But let's go ahead and rewind to a little bit of what we got kind of in the beginning of the show as well as the end of the show. Sami Zayn was a huge part of today's episode of Raw, and he had a very I don't want to say emotional promo, but he had a deep promo where he brought up some really good points. And the big point is that he hasn't won a world title in WWE. And he's talking about how he is so lucky to have made it to this point in his career. You know, talked about all of the people who wanted to be wrestlers, but didn't actually make it to be wrestlers. And he did. He made it to the top of the mountain, right? And that's why I thought it was so sad when he said, I'm in the upper echelon of talent. And then freaking CM Punk's like, nah, he's not even in my level. But anyway, so Sami Zayn mentioning he wants to win the championship. He wants to win the Rumble. And then we know his very good friend, Kevin Owens, comes out and interrupts. And Santi, during this portion, I was kind of nervous because I'm going, so what we've been seeing as of late with Kevin Owens, I was expecting him to completely go off on Sami, but he didn't. He did not give him the same courtesy that he did. He didn't give the same courtesy that he hasn't given it to Cody Rhodes. So he was nice to Sami Zayn. about him helping out Roman Reigns, and he has not given that to Cody Rhodes whatsoever, right? So I thought that Kevin Owens was going to tell Sami Zayn, like, what the hell, dude? Like, why are you going out there? Why were you helping Roman Reigns? But instead, he said, that's just the kind of person that you are. You are a nice person, and that is what you do, and you are my best friend, and I not only see myself defeating Cody Rhodes at the Royal Rumble, but I see you winning the Royal Rumble and us having a WrestleMania main event match. So I'm going like, when is he going to go off on Sami? And he never did. That's where we ended things at. What did you make of this?
So one of the things that you didn't mention was what I pointed out in my watch along, which was textbook emotional manipulation. Emotional blackmail is what it's called in the world of psychology, where he says, I'm going to be rooting for you and I'm going to have your back to help you win the Rumble. And I know that you're going to have mine. I don't know if that means that we should maybe expect a Sami Zayn appearance in that ladder match of some sort. I don't know if that's the backup that Kevin Owens is asking for, but it's funny that you mentioned, you were kind of like waiting for Kevin Owens to snap, whether it was verbally or physically. So was I. And so was Sami Zayn, because even Sami Zayn started off with like, all right, Kevin, what are we doing here? Come on, let's get to it. But it did catch me off guard. It was a nice side swipe to see Kevin Owens remaining as a pretty realistic character, right? Somebody that obviously has his flaws with how he sees Cody Rhodes, but he recognizes that Sami Zayn is in a different situation than Cody Rhodes was. Like, Sami Zayn actually has history being good friends, being family members with Roman Reigns. So even in Kevin's twisted world, he was able to, at the very least, make sense of the fact that there is history, there's legacy, and that's the type of person that Sami Zayn is. And he even mentioned the fact, hey, I've screwed you over. I've done terrible things to you, and you forgave me. So I understand this is who you are, Sami, so I'm not mad at you. It actually makes me want to say Kevin Owens is right even more when it comes to his thoughts about Cody. It's like, wow, yeah, like when I can see that you're not just this delusional evil dude, that you actually have brain processing power around your surroundings, and you're able to recognize one versus the other. It's like, damn, yeah, I could see why you would hate Cody and not Sami in this situation.
Dude, okay, so first of all, I had been starting to side with Kevin Owens as of a couple of weeks ago when he was going off on Kevin Owens and kind of talking about loyalty and all of this, right? Because I get it. Loyalty is important. But today, specifically speaking, with the promo that he cut on Sami, when he had said that he was, hoping for the best for Sami, that he believed in him to win the Rumble, and he believed in, him defeating Cody, to me, I'm like, oh, he's a nice guy. He's just wanting the best for himself and wanting the best for his friend. Can you blame him for that? Honestly, can you blame him for that? You can't. The only thing that I was reading in between the lines where you mentioned that manipulation was when he specifically said, oh, I'm going to have, or I hope you have my back the way that you had Roman's back, or I'm going to have your back the way that you had Roman's back, something like that. When he mentioned Roman specifically, I thought, oh, that was a little bit of a test of our friendship. This to me is Kevin Owens testing Sami Zayn, and how Sami Zayn reacts or responds is either going to be the utter downfall of this relationship again for the 1 millionth time, or maybe it's just going to solidify their friendship even more. I mean, we could see Sami. I mean, I know it's kind of weird seeing anytime Sami is a heel of any nature. It's kind of odd because he's such a natural, likable guy. But we could maybe see that kind of a shift there, if possible, maybe.
I could see it. I'm more intrigued as to how things play out with the characters around Sami Zayn, because it looks like there might be a drive towards Sami Zayn being more in the main event scene. We saw like what happened with him, Drew McIntyre, Kevin, and Seth Rollins there at the end. And I'm really curious as to what the smoke is going to like, what it's going to look like once the smoke settles after the Royal Rumble, how Sami Zayn performs at the Rumble, how the ladder match goes. Does he get himself involved in the ladder match? There's a ton of like really interesting scenarios, and I haven't seen the WWE in a situation where Sami Zayn is the center point of many storylines. And I feel like that's what Monday Night Raw was today. It was the show surrounded around the plot of Sami Zayn.
It's been a while. The last time we felt like we had this was when he was feuding with Roman Reigns and the bloodline and all of that, where it felt like we were talking about Sami Zayn all the time, honorary Uso, and we were talking about him being the MVP of that year for WWE. I mean, like, he was at one point the most over person in the company, given everything that happened with him in the bloodline. And that's like part of me kind of feels bad that we never did get that championship moment for Sami Zayn, because if anybody deserved it, if anybody earned it, it was Sami Zayn. And I don't want that moment to be completely gone. I don't want his opportunity to never come back. So I was thrilled today when he mentioned, hey man, I haven't won a world title. I would love to win a world title. I'm one of the top guys. Let me happen. I feel like, yeah, throw it out there more so that the fans can be reminded of that and start to rally behind Sami in that kind of a manner. And who knows, maybe we could be talking about Sami Zayn winning the World Heavyweight Championship at some point. I mean, I don't know if it would be Cody's title, but I see him more so winning the World Heavyweight Championship, to be honest.
Yeah, me too. And we have Jey Uso in those waters as well. It'd be an interesting world if we have a Jey Uso versus Sami Zayn World Championship match. I'm just saying, I'd buy that. I'd be down for that.
Who would you rather see as champion? Would it be Jey Uso or Sami? Like, who would hit harder for you?
Oh, look, recency bias wants me to say Jey Uso. But when I think of the journey that I've seen Sami Zayn go through for the past 5 years since the pandemic era, I want to say Sami Zayn. I still feel like there was that magic that they never pulled the trigger on. Remember the hype, how awesome the crowd was for him at Elimination Chamber 2023 against Roman Reigns? Everyone at home was behind Sami Zayn, and we never really got that. I've yet to feel that for Jey Uso. I like Jey Uso. He's really popular, but I've yet to get to that level of fever pitch. I want Jey Uso as champion like we got with Sami Zayn, although now 2 years ago at Elimination Chamber 2023. I want to relive that moment with Sami Zayn. So I'm going to say Sami if I'm not being, recently biased.
I agree with you 100%, Sami, for the exact same reasons. Like, I feel like we've just seen his career. I've been watching Sami Zayn since, let me rephrase this. I've been watching Sami Zayn for a very, very long time, guys. I'm a fan of Sami Zayn. But no, seriously, I've been watching, El Generico, PWG. Like, that's where, I go back to that time of my life and I think about, like, that was the best part about seeing Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens when they won the tag team titles at WrestleMania. It was so cool to see that, because you had seen, their friendship throughout the year. You had seen the work that they did in the indies, in particular with PWG. And so having seen Sami's career go the way that it has, it feels like it has to happen for him, because he's got everything. Like, he checks off all the boxes. He's an over enough wrestler. He's completely likable from a lot of people, is a great wrestler, and he doesn't feel like it would be like a step down for him to hold the championship. It would actually feel like a feel-good moment. And you're right. When we had that bit when he was, competing for the title against Roman at Elimination Chamber, I was sort of going like, oh my God, if they were going to have a moment like where the title actually changed hands, this would be it right here. And they didn't go for that. Obviously, they had other plans. They didn't want to go that direction, but I feel like that was not Sami Zayn's fault of any kind. I feel like Sami Zayn had all the buzz, all of the support behind it. It's just that the story that they were telling with Roman Reigns trumped whatever it is that, the fans were rooting behind Sami Zayn. And I don't think we've gotten that, like you said, for Jey Uso just yet. I think he's super over with the yeet and everything, and people love him. But I don't think that he has the same kind of support that Sami Zayn had, just because Sami just kind of got you in a different kind of a way.
Yeah, I would say that in 2023, Sami Zayn was the right guy at the wrong time, right? We were in the middle of that Roman Reigns historic run. Of course, they weren't going to take that off of Roman Reigns. But now in a world where no one's on a historic run, where champions are vulnerable, where we aren't on a 1,000+ day run, if we were to be able to fire of that Sami Zayn, even if it's like half of the fire of what he had going into Elimination Chamber in 2023, it is a really realistic world where I could see him as world champion, and I would really like to see that personally as well. I feel like it's interesting too, though, because it seems like he may have accidentally also been the one to fire the first bullet of the maybe Seth Rollins heel turn here.
Yes, yes. So let's talk about that. So for the ending of the show, and then we'll talk about Jey Uso and Gunther in just a second, but the ending of the show, we saw Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre, and Drew McIntyre, man, he kind of screwed himself at the finish here because he could have had this match won, but Drew was just taking his time with Seth Rollins, and instead of finishing him off, this allowed Seth Rollins to roll up Drew McIntyre for a win here, and Seth gets a quick victory over Drew, but Drew does manage to get a little bit of his heat back afterwards, and he continues the attack, and they go off, but Sami Zayn runs out there. He tries to help out Seth Rollins, go and attack Drew McIntyre, but Drew McIntyre ends up attacking both of them, and just when Sami was about to get the haluva kick on Drew, Drew moves out the way, and he hits the haluva kick on Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins was freaking pissed. And mind you, we did have a backstage segment with Sami and Seth where they kind of got in each other's faces a little bit, and Seth was telling them, like, if I'm in the Rumble with you, I'm going to eliminate you. And I'm like, yeah, it's every man for himself. And Sami, of course, realizing that, said, yeah, bro, I would eliminate you too. So that's kind of where we're at with what happened with Seth and Drew and Sami. But man, what did you think about what went down here and the dynamics that we saw from all these guys?
Okay, so this might be just the storytelling nerd in me, but I loved it. I thought it was fantastic because you could see the frustration in the match for Drew McIntyre was that he can't get Seth Rollins to see things his way. He kept yelling at Seth Rollins numerous times, like, we are supposed to be on the same page. Like, why are we fighting? Why are you being so selfish here? And it was that sort of the, like, inability to just finish the job that caused him to get rolled up by Seth Rollins. And even in the beatdown post-match, he's yelling at Seth, like, why can't you see things my way? And in comes Roman's boy and accidentally kicks Seth Rollins' head off. And to me, if you look at how the show ended, Drew McIntyre was smiling ear to ear. Like, that's what I needed. That's what I needed to get Seth Rollins to finally see what I see, that these bloodline dudes are all scumbags and we need to align ourselves together to take them out. I loved how all of those dominoes just sort of knocked each other over there towards the end of the show.
No, I'm so glad. Yeah, with Drew McIntyre, like you said, having that facial reaction of like, yes, this is it. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Dude, I've been telling you, like, I feel like they needed to do the Seth Rollins turn. And I know they kind of went with a little bit more of a slow burn for his turn to actually happen. But I think this turn of Seth Rollins is a little overdue. I'm not going to say long overdue, but definitely overdue because I felt like it should have happened the premiere of Raw Netflix, like him basically taking that L from CM Punk, instead of it just being like, oh, he lost to CM Punk. It could have been like, oh shit, like he turned heel and this is what happened. Like there could have been a little bit more meat to in the conversation regarding CM Punk and Seth Rollins had we seen Seth Rollins turn at that point. But yeah, like I said, they went with the slow burn here, and now, you know, we saw Seth and Drew go at it here, but that doesn't mean that they can't find themselves in an alliance if, you know, they both so hate everybody else that's involved with Roman Reigns. Like you said, Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, CM Punk, all these people, at the end of the day, they hate them equally. So maybe we could see this partnership or at least an understanding between these guys and possibly even Kevin Owens.
Okay, I'm glad that you went back to Kevin Owens, because what I was going to ask you, now that Kevin Owens has his foot in the door with this story, right, by inserting himself in this conversation with Sami Zayn, what I'm seeing here in some way, shape, or form, maybe at Elimination Chamber, maybe it's the only place, I can't see it being a WrestleMania, maybe at Elimination Chamber, we get a match between Kevin Owens, Drew McIntyre, and Seth Rollins versus 3 members of the Bloodline. Could you see that happening? Or do we need all of those guys to be in the chamber match itself?
So you're saying instead of doing like a one-on-one versus somebody like 5 guys against
Yeah,
each
maybe
other
it's
instead of
a big
3-on-3?
tag match. Maybe it's a big tag match, kind of to tease going into Mania some of the one-on-one matches that could happen. It's just I'm wondering what's the end goal of the Seth Rollins heel turn. What's one of the major steps going into WrestleMania for all of these guys? Is it really just putting all of these guys in the Elimination Chamber? Just kind of the way things are going and connecting with Sami Zayn. I just see Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre teaming up. The way that Raw ended signaled that to me. So if they're going to team up, if they're going to make the shield of hatred of the bloodline, is there a match that involves these guys teaming up together? And if there is a match that involves these guys teaming up together, that's a PLE match.
Oh, 100%. And like part of me is like, okay, I like the idea you're going with here with the Elimination Chamber. I think I'm more so stuck on the traditional Elimination Chamber format, you know, with everybody against everybody, because I really do like that. I mean, there's still a scenario where we could see that, right? Because these guys haven't necessarily formed an alliance just yet. But, you know, maybe they can come to some common understanding afterwards. But I still think we could see a world where we do see all of these guys in the Elimination Chamber against each other. And then, you know, whoever else we kind of throw into the chamber itself, of course, depending on what happens at the Royal Rumble and who doesn't, you know, who doesn't end up going to WrestleMania, depending on whoever wins, right? And I feel like that's definitely going to leave us with CM Punk. It's going to leave us with Roman Reigns. Because again, that's my thought process going into the Rumble, is that Cena is winning the Rumble. So that would leave these very important people that need WrestleMania matches out. So yeah, we can see a world where we have CM Punk, you know, God, maybe even Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens and Sammy and Drew all in this Elimination Chamber match. And now that I said that out loud, I'm like, holy damn, that's a lot of star power in this one Elimination Chamber match. So I don't know if we're headed the right direction or what, but this definitely has us at least talking about it. So that's good.
Yeah, I could see a scenario as well where maybe there's a Saturday night's main event right before WrestleMania. That's about 3 months, and they're doing 4 a year. It'd be about 3 months after this next Saturday night's main event. Maybe they do one right before WrestleMania that involves a match with a lot of the main eventers of WrestleMania having a big tag match or something like that. They used to do that. Do you remember? Like, I think it was right before WrestleMania 23. It was Cena teaming up with I think Shawn Michaels against The Undertaker and Batista in just like these superstar started matches right before WrestleMania. I could see maybe them taking that formula again for a Saturday night's main event right before Mania. Again, I don't know if there is going to be one.
Yeah, that's true. I was thinking about that right now because so far they've been doing, you know, they did one last month. They're doing one this month. And I don't know if they've announced already something for February unless I missed it. No, because there was the NXT show that they announced for February.
Yes.
They haven't announced the Saturday night's main event. So I guess we'll find out soon what is going on with that. Before we get to Gunther and Jey Uso, though, we do got a couple of super chats here. And this one is from T-Max034 who says, did you catch the ad after the Martin Luther King segment? No, I did not.
No ads for us.
Yeah, I didn't watch on the regular format that I normally do, but I hope it wasn't anything insulting. So, but from the sounds of it, it might have been, but I don't know. We got Uncle Donk here who says, great to see Sammy and KO in the same ring again, hoping to see the bromance again somehow. Sammy winning Elimination Chamber in Toronto. Go Bills, F Mahomes and his refs.
I can get behind that. I can get behind that. Yes, brother.
Oh man. I was gonna say I'm kind of could get behind both of those things too. Also with Sammy and KO, you know, being in the same ring again. I mean, these guys are gonna be feuding, being friends and enemies and frenemies for the rest of time for sure. They have such a up and down kind of relationship. But Sammy winning the Elimination Chamber in Toronto, of course, I'm here for it, but I just don't know because we don't know what the big matches for WrestleMania are going to be. I'm thinking like top of my head what the card's going to be. It would be John Cena, Cody Rhodes, and oh shit, and then I get lost with like I was originally thinking Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. I thought they were going to do that for a second, but I'm not feeling so confident on that end anymore. I thought they were originally going to do Gunther and CM Punk, depending on if Gunther drops the title to Jey Uso, that idea is out the window. If not, then I'm still kind of sticking to Gunther and CM Punk. I think that can still happen. And I don't know. That's where I'm at right now. I don't know who Sami would face. Like, no idea at this point. Thank you so much, Uncle Donk. We got Blinging with Kimberly, who says Sami versus Jey at WrestleMania would be awesome. Oh, there you go. You just gave me an answer. I was gonna say I didn't even have one for Sami, but I wouldn't mind that. That would be kind of fun. And we got Terrence Johnson here, who says thoughts on Carrion in the background of the Seth scene. I didn't see that. Did you see that, Santi?
I did. Yeah. Karrion Kross, your favorite, just being Carrion back there with a hilarious, like, evil smile, just watching them talk. There wasn't too much to it. In the commercial promo, he called out Sami Zayn the most. And I do think that that's probably where things are going to go, especially with him haluva kicking Seth Rollins. You know that Karrion Kross is going to be like, yeah, I know deep down inside, Sami, that's what you really wanted to do, isn't it, Sami?
Didn't they tease this a couple weeks ago too, when they had the Miz thrown in there backstage? It was Sami, Karrion, and Miz.
Yeah. To me, this is where it's going to go for Karrion Kross. It's a feud with Sami Zayn. Maybe there's your Mania feud.
Santi, I have no reaction to that other than just sadness.
I'm not the biggest Karrion Kross fan, but it's crazy that I found somebody that dislikes him more than I do.
It's like, I don't have a problem with Karrion. I have a problem with how boring the act is. It's so boring. I'm sorry. Like, how boring can an act get? Like, why did they do that to them? They had so much, like, potential. Remember when they got started, everybody was like, oh, here we go. And I was excited too. And you know what? I got swept away. It was mob mentality. Everyone was excited. They got me excited. And then I should have just stuck to my initial gut feelings about that. But man, I feel so bad, but I don't think I'm interested in that. All right, let's see what we got. We got Jey Uso. Jey Uso and Gunther, that's another part that I want to hit on the show, because this was one that, we've been talking a whole lot about, Sami Zayn and whether or not he'll get the title. And I even asked, hey, Jey Uso or Sami Zayn, who will it happen for first? But there's a chance it could happen for Jey Uso at Saturday night's main event here. It can happen. And given how much Gunther has been beating down and punching down on Jey Uso, literally telling them, you are not at my level. Like, you're not good. You're a tag team wrestler. And all of the insults that he has thrown to Jey Uso, I feel at some point, Jey Uso has to stand up to the bully, has to defend himself, and has to prove that he can actually win the big match. Because Gunther literally said it. He said, your actions do not match the words at which you're speaking. So he's got to prove I'm wrong.
I loved Gunther's promo, because as soon as he finished, I was like, yo, I think he's right. Everything that he said here about Jey Uso may have actually been the best description as to why I haven't been able to get as hyped for Jey Uso's run as we did, for example, Sami Zayn in 2023, because there is a disconnect between the goals that he says he wants to accomplish and the actions taken to accomplish those goals. I get totally 100% what Gunther is saying, and I hope that this forces Jey Uso to not just rely on the crowd saying yeet for him to be able to clap back at Gunther. Although that was the last chance to clap back, and he was not able to properly clap back verbally on Gunther. It basically had to be an actual physical fight where Jey Uso did get the upper hand and was able to grab the title. By the way, anytime in a go-home episode, if you grab the title, you lose. It's just like, it's the laws of professional wrestling as far as I'm concerned. I'm with the idea of Jey Uso winning. I really am. I do believe that he is over and he is capable of being a world champion, but there is still something missing with him. And I felt like in 2025, they could fill that void, that missing piece, by like SummerSlam. I just wasn't expecting it this quickly, this early. Them giving him the championship here would be cool for Saturday night's main event. It sets the precedent that you can't miss Saturday night's main event, which is a precedent that a lot of people unfortunately have from the first one. But I just feel like it just throws so many cool things out the window for what they could do with Gunther. I don't know where that leaves Gunther. Jey Uso could do so many different things going into Mania without that title, and I don't feel like I can say the same thing for Gunther.
Yeah. And see, here's the thing. I still want them to protect Gunther in that fashion. I still want them to protect Gunther as this guy with this unmatching aura, this guy that because here's the thing, if you keep things strong with Gunther, right? The way everything's been going from longest reigning intercontinental champion to world heavyweight champion, also king of the ring and everything else that he did before he even got to the main roster, right? He has built up such an aura, so there's such a prestige around Gunther that if you protect that and you keep it the way that it is and just work around some of the things that haven't necessarily been working for Gunther, work around that. You could have something very, very special because down the line, I know a lot of people are expecting, Gunther and Goldberg. And also, for other stories, you want to use Gunther in these big matchup possibilities, right? Like if you were to build up Gunther to this extreme, can you imagine once we get to like Gunther and Roman Reigns, for example, or Gunther and CM Punk, if you continue to take care of that aura of Gunther, you can truly have something special. And so part of me doesn't want to see him just drop the title to Jey Uso because I have this vision of what Gunther can be and what he can be used for down the road. But at the same time, I'm just like, damn, I recognize though that while the fans respect Gunther, he may not be as over as people might have hoped or thought that he would be once he got his hands on that World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, but that's WWE's own fault. They gave him the championship, and right after the feud with Randy Orton, they made him into the whiny little, what I called him, the little bitch boy general. That wasn't my ring general during the feud with Damian Priest. Now he's back. Like, I feel like the Gunther aura that I wanted out of this world championship reign is back with this feud. A Gunther that is confident, dangerous sounding, funny in an almost like unintentional way that he has with his backhanded compliments. This is the Gunther that I wanted as a world champion, and I would hate for him to lose the world championship once we finally actually got the Gunther that people paid money for, which is this Gunther. Like you said, we are waiting for Gunther versus Punk, Gunther versus all of these big names, and if he loses here, it feels like those big names all of a sudden do become a little bit out of reach, out of like a realistic major feud for Gunther, at least in the short term.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't want that to happen. I want them to keep that alive. And also when Ilya Dragunov comes back, I want them to run Gunther and Ilya Dragunov once Ilya is done, and recovered from injury and all of that. So, man, I'm really hoping for it. We'll see what happens there. But yeah, Saturday night's main event is either going to be a shocker or maybe what we would have all expected to go down might go down. But we got a couple of super chats here. This one is from T-Mac updating us after the commercial bit. He said that they showed OJ Simpson's doc right after. Oh, man. I mean, I'm sure that, they weren't knowing what commercials were going to roll afterwards, but still just icky timing. Chris Holsinger says, are there any matches announced for the Royal Rumble just yet? So besides the men's and the women's Rumble, it's the Cody and KO ladder match. Yeah, that's about it.
That's a mouthful you just said there.
The ladder match.
The ladder match.
The ladder match. All right, we got Stephen Martrulli here who says, but I'm also predicting, because I was originally thinking that we would see a rematch with Nia and Tiffany, but I think Nia already declared for the Rumble, right? So
Nia's declared for the Rumble. Bayley declared for the Rumble. All of the male main eventers at this point are in the Rumble. Is it crazy to think that they run a 3-match card for the Rumble?
I mean, it could happen.
It could. The reason I say that is because I say that because the week before is Saturday night's main event. Like, you already have a bunch of PLE matches. PLE, I know it's not a PLE, playing out the week before, and maybe I don't know, maybe that's why there's potentially only 3 matches for this Rumble.
Also, to your point, last year's Royal Rumble, there were a couple of matches that people were like kind of dead for.
There were 4 matches. There was the Fatal 4-Way for the Undisputed, which wasn't good. And there was Kevin Owens versus Logan Paul for the U.S. title. I'm glad that was in there. That finish was hilarious. But there was only 4 matches. There really weren't very many.
Yeah, so I don't think you're far off. I think that can definitely be a thing where they just have 3 matches and then they add maybe like a segment or something just to add a little bit more buffer in between the women's and the men's rumble. So we'll see, but that's where we're at right now. We got Stephen Marchuli here who says Roman Reigns versus CM Punk versus Rollins for WrestleMania. I'm here for it. I don't mind it, but I also feel like with I just don't think that Roman Reigns should be in a triple threat.
One of them would need to be champions, though. So one of them between now and Mania would need to win the championship for this triple threat to make sense, right?
Yeah, because if not, then you're just better off doing. I feel like you would be blowing off 2 big feuds in one, where you could do a whole lot, of course, with Reigns and Rollins, given their history, and then Reigns and CM Punk. Like, I feel like you would be doing too much for one match when you can do a lot more for 2 separate matches. That's where I'm at on that one. But thank you so much, Stephen Marchuli. All right, let's keep it going. We got Rey Mysterio versus Kofi Kingston here today. Of course, keeping the booing on the New Day. We had JBL go out there. Really funny segment backstage too, where the New Day gave him $2 trying to buy him off. It didn't work, of course, and then they took their $2 back afterwards. But Rey Mysterio gets a win over Kofi Kingston. Any thoughts on this? And what you think of JBL?
Okay, for JBL, I was kind of hoping we were going to get this Walker Texas Ranger JBL that we've been getting in the Indies and in TNA with the
Indiana Jones one.
Yeah,
I
was kind of hoping we were going to get that, but we got traditional JBL just on commentary. He was funny on commentary, but there's not really much to add. I thought that the match was great, but the New Day thing, it's losing some steam for me. It is just the stop booing us. How dare you boo us? We are on like 8 straight weeks of the same thing again. At least this time there was a match. So there's that, but they're starting to slowly lose me.
You know what I think it is? I don't think they had a plan for after the big turn. I think they planned everything up until the big turn and then didn't plan for afterwards. And I say that because that's what it looks like. Like you said, they go out there, they get booed. That's it. At least we got this match here. I thought by now they would have won the tag team titles and been running amok and shoving it down everyone's throat that, hey, we're champions and you guys suck. We don't. We rock. But it seems to me like they probably just thought this through up until a certain point and then checkmate. That's it. We're done.
Yeah, I think it's a tag division problem. You know, I feel like they fixed the tag division over on SmackDown. Tag teams are flourishing there. There's stories like Berto and Garza, like, are relevant characters seemingly out of nowhere because they're actually giving a little bit of TLC. But the tag titles and the War Raiders have been stuck in this Judgment Day limbo, a limbo that they're putting them right back in. Why are we doing Dominic Mysterio and JD McDonough? Like, why? Just get the tag titles out of the Judgment Day ecosystem, please. Just put them back into the tag team division, create a tag team narrative, a division, and then you can actually do something with the New Day, because it does feel like the New Day is just sort of waiting for their moment where they can actually do something with the heat that they've generated, because it's just the same thing every single week, sadly.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I think they need to start thinking of something new to do with them, either do more bits. I do like the the backstage bits that they've been doing. Again, the one with JBL, the one with Rey Mysterio, all of that hit. It was funny, good, haha moments, but we definitely need a little bit more than that. We got a super chat here from, let's see. This is from Blingy with Kimberly, who says, I went to NXT, Bayley signed my son's belt. Hey, hell yeah, man. What an awesome moment. Not only get to see Bayley at NXT, but also get to get your son's belt signed. That's incredible, Kimberly. You're always coming up with you always have some great moments and great interactions with wrestlers. So that's so cool. Thank you so much, Kimberly. All right. With that being said, last week's huge topic of the night was, of course, the debut of Penta. And today we had another match for Penta. He went up against Pete Dunne and got himself another big victory here. I'm liking the vision of opponents that they're giving to Penta. Chad Gable, Pete Dunne, those are people that are tremendous wrestlers. So you can tell that they're doing a fine selection, in my opinion, of who's going up to face Penta, and all guys where you're gonna get a good match and it doesn't hurt for Penta to defeat them. I love this match with Pete Dunne and Penta. I might have even liked it a little bit more than the Chad Gable match. I thought this one was maybe a little bit better, a little stronger.
I mean, I felt like they were both really good. I like the Chad Gable one a little bit more. I feel like maybe what I liked about the Chad Gable one was the fact that there was a little bit more hype about the fact that it was the first time that we were seeing Penta. There was like, for me, there were nerves because of how much I hyped up Penta to my viewers who hadn't seen Penta before. So I was like, don't you fucking disappoint me, Penta. I've been hyping you up. So maybe that I was a little bit more emotionally invested in that debut. But I thought that this match was great. I felt like Pete Dunne looked great in this match as well. Like you said, like Pete Dunne losing doesn't hurt Pete Dunne. This is what Pete Dunne does. He loses. He's really great at losing and making people look great in the process. Penta looked great. It was a reminder of how good Pete Dunne was. It seems like they're tweaking Penta's entrance. They kind of changed the spitting wall of fire for like a spiral, like firecracker thing. I thought that was pretty cool, but I'm just excited for Penta being the monster of the week guy. Like, okay, what guy are we putting in front of Penta this week so that we can wow the audience? I'm here for that. If that's his role for the next little while until the Lucha Brothers can be a thing, okay, sure. I'm here for that.
And Ludwig Kaiser called out Penta during his promo. I wasn't expecting that. I'm like, oh, okay, Ludwig Kaiser? Sure, why not? But I wasn't expecting it. I'm excited about it. I'm okay with it. I just kind of fell out of the blue. Maybe, I don't know. Because
most people didn't see that.
Established storylines yet. True.
But
so
most people didn't see that. That was a commercial break. That could have just been, I don't know, that could have just been Ludwig Kaiser just riffing there, because he mostly focused on Braun Breaker and Sheamus there, right? But yes. I'm down for Kaiser versus Penta. But again, it's tough to understand the face value of those commercial promos, because Pete Dunne had a commercial promo too.
Yeah, he did. By the way, I really wish they would have him drop the thing where he's pissed about people calling him Butch, because I'm like, bro, the only person who's calling you Butch right now is you. You're the only one who keeps bringing it up. He's like, don't call me Butch. No one's calling you Butch anymore. We're getting past that. So I feel like it kind of makes him look a little goofy when you have him go out there and cut that promo. So like, stop having him cut that promo. They got to come up with something new for this guy. He's a very intelligent wrestler. Now they just need to have him be an intelligent character on the show. And so with that being said, just like based off, we still don't know, like we still haven't seen Penta get into any real feud. He's just having matches right now, which is fine. It's working. The crowd was reacting amazingly to Penta. Now it's just a matter of, okay, who's this first feud going to be? Is it going to be Ludwig Kaiser, or was that just a throwaway little bit that they did? That's soon to be seen. After this, though, we did get a Logan Paul video package, though, and we're going to get a Logan Paul here next week. That's kind of about it.
That's cool. He didn't beat Mayweather, by the way. He keeps going around saying he beat Mayweather. He didn't.
Oh, man. He's just doing that as a bit?
I don't know if it's a bit. I don't know if it was an exhibition match where Mayweather is like not trying. There wasn't a winner. There wasn't judges. It was just, let's just spar. Let's have fun. And he thinks he won.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't know that. I'm like, I thought that was just like him just running a bit or something. And I'm like, all right, like, sure, whatever.
They actually fought, but there wasn't a winner. It was an exhibition charity match.
See, yeah, he's not going to care. He's not going to mention all those details. He's going to be like, I won this match, and that's all you need to know. All right, we got JJ Castillo here who says, what's your thoughts on WWE doing more 2-night PLEs in the future? Good or bad idea? Right now, it feels like, here's the thing. I'm a little bit conflicted here, Santi, because I feel like it's a good idea only because they're on fire right now and there's so many match potentials, right?
Right.
But can they always keep it like that, though? That's where I'm a little bit like, ooh, I don't want to go through having to watch a bunch of shitty matches to watch one really good match one night and then a bunch of other matches I don't really care about to watch another one good match the next night. So I'm a little bit torn. Like when I saw SummerSlam was going to move to 2 nights, I thought, oh, this feels a little much. Like I don't really feel like we need all of that. But at the same time, I kind of first felt that way with WrestleMania. Like I was more of a traditionalist in that sense, where I was used to having the one big night, the one big WrestleMania night. Now I love the 2-night WrestleMania. So I feel like maybe my reaction to the SummerSlam news was exactly the way I reacted to the WrestleMania news when they first said 2 nights.
I don't think so. I feel like your reaction to the SummerSlam going 2 nights and being hesitant about it, I feel like that's more justified to the Mania one, because at least the Mania one was 8 hours. Like it literally 35 was 8 hours. It makes sense. But then SummerSlam, I understand your hesitation. SummerSlam this year was 3 and a bit, right? So now we're thinking about, like, I'm thinking of WWE this past summer, going into SummerSlam 2024, what we saw this past summer. Were there storylines and feuds going on at that same time that didn't make it on the SummerSlam card that could have made an interesting night 2 in 2024? I don't think so.
No, was the year before that, right? Was the Becky Trish thing was the year before?
That was
Where they
Becky
were left
Trish.
out?
That could have been there. That could have been there.
But that wasn't this year, was it the year before?
That was the year before. This year was Otis Chad, maybe Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill being left off, but there wasn't anything where I'm like, yeah, we need a second night of SummerSlam. It felt pretty, I was very satisfied after that SummerSlam. I didn't feel like we needed more. And when I look at the landscape of other feuds that were happening, I don't think that you could have made a second SummerSlam night.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking at this and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt, only because, again, the same feeling that I had with WrestleMania, but I'm not so sure. I mean, I'm personally, like, right now, just with all of the hours, I'm so thrilled that Raw is like 2.5 hours. I can't wait for SmackDown to go back down to 2 hours.
Me
I feel
too.
like
Me
3
too.
hours has not been, it's not been worth it. Like, we haven't had to have the 3 hours, and it feels like a little much. But I mean, and then on top of that, you got Saturday night's main event being added. And it's just like, if you're watching all of these shows, it does feel like it's a lot. But I mean, I'm going to keep my eye out on how it goes for SummerSlam, of course. And, you know, we'll see what they end up doing. But it could be a good thing, or it could just be like, did we really need this type of thing? It might be like overwhelming. So we'll only find out once we actually get there. Thank you so much, JJ, for the super chat. Appreciate you, man. All right. So I want to go ahead and rewind a little bit and get into Bayley versus Nia Jax, because we had a rematch here. We saw this match happen at Bad Blood. They absolutely killed it. We saw Roxanne here on the ringside and kind of go at it a little bit with Bayley. This time she did get involved. She didn't get involved in Bayley's match when she faced Tiffany Stratton. So I wasn't sure if she was going to get involved with this one. And I felt like, okay, if she sat through the other one well-behaved, maybe this time it's not going to be so well-behaved. And so, yeah, we did get to see a little exchange there between Bayley and Roxanne, but Nia gets the win. Nia is then confronted by Rhea because she had attacked Rhea earlier in the night, and now we're going to get Rhea versus Nia. I'm assuming at Saturday night's main event, because that's the challenge that was made. It hasn't been made official yet.
No, it was. They
was?
confirmed
Okay.
it. They confirmed it, yeah.
It's official. It's happening. So 2 things happened here. One, we continued Bayley and Roxanne. Cool. That seems to be like a little NXT main roster thing that we got going. And then Nia Jax and Rhea for Saturday night's main event. So those were the 2 big things that happened here. How'd you feel about what you're seeing here?
It feels to me like they put themselves in an unnecessary, like, lose-lose situation. You couldn't have Nia lose because she's the one that you're setting up to be the big bad for Rhea Ripley at Saturday night's main event. But then why set yourself up to make Bayley lose, who's the new signee of Monday Night Raw? You'd think that you'd want to elevate her as this big threat on Monday Night Raw, but instead you have her lose to somebody that's not even on Monday Night Raw, by the way, somebody that's on SmackDown. But it also makes her feel less dangerous going into her feud with Roxanne Perez, which in turn kind of hurts Roxanne Perez by proxy as well, because now she's feuding with somebody that isn't as dangerous as she ought to be in when your name is a Bayley. I don't know why they would have had Bayley and Nia in this situation. You could have had the Nia and Rhea brawl without this match happening, and you could have had a Bayley match with literally anybody on the Raw roster to introduce or reintroduce Bayley into the Monday Night Raw roster. It felt like an unnecessary lose-lose situation that WWE put themselves in. That's how I saw things. How did you see that?
I feel like Bayley is kind of stuck in the situation where she is so liked and she's so respected and she's such a good wrestler that you can pretty much pluck her into any role, right? She was plucked into the Tiffany Stratton match. Why? Because you knew that Tiffany Stratton needed a big first win, a big first defense, and she needed a good match. You put Bayley, and Bayley could lose that match, and she doesn't lose nothing because she's Bayley. Then in this particular matchup, you put her in there to continue both of those things, but also give Bayley the loss to Nia Jax. Why? Because in their eyes, it's like, okay, Bayley can lose because she's Bayley. And so now Bayley is kind of stuck in this position where it's like she is losing a lot, but because she's Bayley, she still has that respect. And so they feel like she doesn't lose that much from losing the matches. Because of course, Bayley versus Roxanne, it's still like super huge. Bayley comes with so much respect, all the work that she's done on the main roster, but in particular, since this is an NXT storyline, the work that she did in NXT, like she is the reason why, you know, we're seeing so many other women get pushed and have these big moments on NXT. But yeah, it kind of sucks for Bayley because she is, you know, taking so many losses. But I think what sucks more is the big picture, which is Bayley at WrestleMania won the title from Io, right? She goes into this title reign. What do you remember from that title reign? Not much.
There's not much, really. You're right. There's really not much. It was a pretty forgettable reign.
And that sucks. It shouldn't have been that way. And that was my criticism during that time, was they should have done with more with Bayley as champion because that was the time to do it. And then they didn't. And so now Bayley is, you know, because she is who she is, she's used for all of these big matches and all of these big moments, but she doesn't seem to be getting the same rewards, I think, that maybe some other people might have been getting or might be getting, having the legacy and the reputation that Bayley has.
Yeah, no, it's tough seeing Bayley take these losses, but you know, to a degree, like these losses don't hurt Bayley. It just seemed a little bit odd to me to give Bayley this loss when I just didn't think that you needed to. I don't feel like Nia needed to be put over to make her into a threat to Rhea when that attack that she did at the start of the show, that did it. Nia's a threat. I'm good. I'm sold. We could have had a brawl that was not a post-match brawl, and I'm in Saturday night's main event. Great. It's weird when you're introducing somebody that's a big get for Monday Night Raw, that they made a big deal of, social media posts, Bayley's on Monday Night Raw, to have her lose. It's weird.
Yeah, so we'll see what they end up doing there, but I'm excited about Roxanne versus Bayley. I am looking forward to Nia and Rhea. I think that's a really good first opponent for Rhea because I love seeing Rhea beat down women that are like much bigger than she is because it just makes her look like this crazy powerhouse. So I'm on board with that. All right, we got one final thing to get into. Santi, I saved the best for last.
PFC, baby!
Actually, it was just the thing that was the least thing to talk about. And usually that's what I save for the very end. So here we go. Dakota Kai, Io Sky versus Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler. I can't imagine that you got very much to say about this.
No, I mean, Zoe Stark had a pretty awesome missile drop kick on Dakota Kai. That was pretty cool. The match actually like wasn't bad. Like it was actually like pretty decent. It's just that it just felt like a match for the sake of a match. The story and the feud between these two, I'm not buying this at all. I'm uninterested, Denise. I'm uninterested.
I know. That's why I felt bad. I'm like, should I even bring up the match or should I just like bypass it completely? Because truth be told, there's not much to say about this at all. Like truly, I mean, it was a fine match, like you said, but there's nothing to say. Io Sky was incredibly happy when she won. I love that she always looks very happy with every single victory that she has. But if this is going to lead to Io Sky and Rhea Ripley, if this is going to lead to Io Sky possibly winning the Rumble, then continue having her go out there and getting these wins. If that's what this is leading to, I'm okay with that. Let's keep getting Io Sky them wins. That I'm good with. So on that note, Santi, that was our Monday Night Raw post show for January 20th. Thank you so much to everybody who's constantly tuning in, supporting the video, supporting the podcast with me and Santi. It's been so much fun. We've officially been doing this podcast now for a little over a month, and it's been great to connect with so many people and reading the feedback and everything that you guys said. So thank you guys so much. Of course, Santi, please tell the people where they can watch all of your content across the board.
You can find me on anything related to Santi Zap on YouTube, Twitch, X, Instagram, TikTok. If it's still around in a couple months, who knows with that freaking platform. Yeah, just look up Santi Zap. You'll find me.
In any of your favorite social media apps, just search Santi and you will find his work. As for me, guys, I'm literally like 3,300 followers away from freaking 200,000 subscribers. I've been working so hard trying to get there. I really hope it happens soon because I have no patience. So please, if you haven't already, subscribe, youtube.com/Denise Salcedo. Daily content's going up. Lots of streams every single day, pretty much at this point. So please subscribe, check it out. We do got one more super chat that just came in. And this is from Soundwave80. Says, did you check up on Popstar Taco? Not yet, but I swear it's on my to-do list. I swear it's on my to-do list. Santi, you wouldn't by any chance know of Popstar Taco, would you?
No, I think this is a you thing.
Yeah, I was going to say, I have no idea what Popstar Taco is, but I'm going to search it up. Anyways, on that note, thank you so much, everybody, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.